too. Knows about the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer. The Cool.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on to
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
Oh, man. I could use a long weekend. Along with the glue guy, Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Hope everybody is doing great. Hope you had a good long weekend as we're back at it here. What is it called? The civic holiday? Let's go out and celebrate your civic pride.
Wasn't it Heritage Day?
No, I think it's called the civic holiday. Hang on, I dropped my pen already. Well, it's gone. No, it's called the civic holiday. What's it called in Alberta, Matthew? Oh,
Heritage
it is
Day.
What is the August long weekend in Alberta? Oh, Heritage Day. I didn't know that. Okay, it's on the Wikipedia page. Civic holiday. Oh, Alberta has to be the one that's different, of course. Okay. Well, anyway, we celebrated it, and the Elks lost again, which we're going to talk about. And we're going to have Justin Lawrence on the show in about an hour. U of A grad. You went to that school.
I did.
And now a Montreal Alouette. We're not sure he's going to play because he got hurt. But
Yeah.
he said, I'll do your show. So we'll have to talk about, we'll have to ask him about that as well. We have a lot of fun stuff to get to, actually, as we usually try to have fun here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne. How was your weekend? How was your Heritage Day weekend?
It was good. It was really good. Spent Saturday here doing the Elks game. Heartbreaker there. But it was okay because my wife and kids came in and watched the game here with us.
Oh, the whole family was
here?
here?
The whole fam jam was here. It was
That's
great.
awesome.
So that definitely made up for it. And then Sunday was kind of a little bit of a rainy day. It wasn't all that great, but we did a couple things. And then Monday, what did we do Sunday? Sunday, I made some really good chicken wings for supper.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
What flavor?
There's this spice that my wife likes. Gosh, it's going to escape me now. But I breaded
Salt and
them.
pepper?
No, Tajin.
Oh, okay.
Tajin.
Is it-
Tajin.
Is it hot?
It's like sweet hot. It's really interesting. It's like a lemon lime heat.
Sweet and hot, just like your wife.
There you go.
Oh, no, I said it. I said it, everybody. I actually said it.
It's like a lemon lime heat. It was really good. And then yesterday we went golfing out at Fox Run, just north of Ardrossan. Great 9 holes. And then we went and met my parents for supper.
Oh, good stuff.
So it was a good weekend. Very good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm seeing now the civic holiday, the August long weekend, has different names in different provinces, apparently.
So it's
Terry Fox Day in Manitoba. New Brunswick, it's New Brunswick Day. Nova Scotia, it's Natal Day. And Ontario, it even has different names in different cities. But the overarching thing is the civic holiday. Is a public holiday in Canada celebrated on the first Monday in August. So I guess it can be the civic holiday, and then your individual civic area can choose what it's called. Fascinating.
We should have called it something different here for the music theater district.
We should have called it the support your local theater holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that would be good. Support local music. Something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you do this weekend?
Well, I had a 4-day weekend. It was quite good. Friday was my parents' 55th anniversary. So got together with them maybe mid-afternoon, and I was driving. We did some errands. We went to Japanese bistro for some sushi and other items. So my parents got a couple types of rolls and some calamari. And I like getting the, what is it? Is it the sashimi or the nigiri? I think I get the nigiri. It's raw, but it's on a bed of rice. I really good. And you just order it and they just bring you 7 chunks and you eat whatever they bring you. I love it.
Really?
It's awesome.
Okay, what's it taste like?
Well, it tastes fishy,
Yeah, I'm out.
but it doesn't have a strong fish taste. And you can dip it in the soy sauce with the wasabi, so that adds a bit to the flavor. But I had one I'd never had before. It was chop. It was kind of a creamy one, and it was in the seaweed roll. That one wasn't on rice. It was delicious.
Really?
Yeah, I love getting that.
So what's the difference between sashimi and nigiri?
Sashimi is just a slab of raw fish. There's no rice. The nigiri is on a bed of rice.
Okay.
And then a sushi is actually a roll.
Sure.
I mean, that's the number one.
Sashimi.
Sashimi. S-H.
Sosumi.
Yes, I will. S-A-S-H-I-M-I is just the raw meat. Because a sushi is actually a roll, right? Or does sushi not mean vinegared rice or something like that? But there's different kinds. So I got the raw, so you get like a piece of tuna, and it might have a little sauce on it or some sort of little garnish, and it's on a bed of rice, and you just order the assorted sashimi, and you get 7 or 8 pieces, and that's what you eat.
Really?
Yeah, and it's great.
So what's the fish?
Assorted. So I got, I think, a couple types of tuna. There was a salmon. There was this chop. I can't remember what was in it. I got salmon roe. So it was a bunch of the little purple eggs, and they were wrapped in the seaweed, and I ate those. They were delicious. You don't like that type of food at all, eh?
Well, no. I'm not a fish guy in general.
Oh, okay.
I don't crave fish. I'll have it, but I don't look for it. You know
like
what I mean?
if you were being served salmon somewhere,
that
cooked
would be
salmon,
okay.
you would eat it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'll do like the sushi rolls.
Yeah, scallop. The chop with scallop. It was good. I don't think I had it before. Yeah, it was delicious.
I would puke if I had scallop.
No, you wouldn't. It's beautiful.
No, I had a stomach thing a long time ago.
Oh, really?
I ate oysters, a bunch of oysters at a sushi at a seafood buffet.
Yeah.
We were in Vegas.
Okay.
And I couldn't move for like 2 days. And then my stomach was off. I had to like poison myself to get everything out of my stomach.
Oh my God. It's like when you had the hazelnut.
Something like that. So I stay away from scallops, really.
Okay. Well, anyway, I enjoyed
seafood.
So anyway, Saturday, I went to the Elks game, which I know we're going to dive into a little bit later on. So my plan was to go to the Elks game. It was without a weather delay. It would have been done around 4, kind of chill out a bit after, maybe spend some time with my mom and dad, maybe go home, watch most of, if not all, Saskatchewan and Montreal, and then go out to West Edmonton Mall for the women's 3x3 semifinals that were supposed to start at like 8:20 or 8:30. And then there was between the semifinals and the final, there was a ceremony for Michelle Plouffe, who, as we know, we had on the show last Monday. She retired from international basketball, and then watched the final, thinking that the Canadian team, led by Catherine Plouffe, would be in the final. So during the third quarter, I get a text message from Paul Sir, who we've had on this station several times. We've known for years, former head of Basketball Alberta, 3x3 Canadian basketball guru. It was a managing director, I think is the title. And the text basically says, person who was supposed to do play-by-play tonight can't do it. Can you help us out? So I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So I texted Paul back then, and then the weather delay hit shortly after that. So I texted Paul back and I said, okay, what time do you need me there? Because now we're in a weather delay and I want to stay till the end of the game. And he said it was on TSN Plus and CBC Gem. My parents tried to watch it on CBC Gem. It wasn't Paul and I calling the game.
Right.
So I don't know what happened. But anyway, so I said, when do you need me there by? I said, what's the wardrobe? Like, do I got to go put a suit on? Like, what's going on? We'll like, is there makeup involved? Like, I don't have TV makeup like Dustin. Who's the color guy? Because I said, obviously I'm coming in unprepared. Like, I could name the players on the Canadian team. And then I said, obviously, am I going to be paid? So he replied that, yes, there was some payment involved. Paul himself was the color analyst. So I'm like, well, that's fun. No wardrobe necessary. Well, sorry. That's not what it was.
This 3x3 is really interesting.
Reid, why did you show up in the nude? Well, you told me don't worry about a wardrobe, Paul. But he said we're not on camera, so don't worry about what you're wearing too much. And he said, could you be here by 6? So I said, yeah. I said 6 might be pushing it, but certainly 6:30. And then he said, you know what? Just the quarterfinals are at 6:40. So as long as you're here by then, we can talk.
Yeah.
Watch the quarters. So the Elks game ended, which I know we're going to talk about. I drove home. I had an Elks t-shirt on, so I changed just to wear like a golf shirt or something. Drove out to the mall and watched the quarterfinals. And then Paul and I broadcast the semis of the final, and it was a blast.
Unreal.
So we're right courtside, like at the top of the key, just a bit off to the right. Canada won. So it was Catherine Plouffe, Casey Bosch, Sasha Grant Allen, who they call SGA. She's Michelle's replacement. And I forgot her name. She was the MVP of the tournament. I was saying her name all weekend. Crozon was the MVP of the tournament. She was the other one. So we called the game. So Canada beat Great Britain in the quarters, destroyed France in the semis, and then had a really good game against Spokane in the final. So the 3x3, it's a 10-minute game. If somebody gets to 21, it ends.
Right.
So I think Canada's first game was 17-15. The final, so here's how the fouls work. If once you hit the bonus, you shoot on every foul. And in 3x3, a foul shot is worth the same as a shot from the floor.
Right.
Because you count by ones, and the 3-point line is actually the 2-point line.
That's right.
So Spokane got in foul trouble, and I think it was 15-15. I think Canada scored 4 of their last 6 points from the line, maybe even all 6. But they were up 19-15, and SGA got fouled, and she made 2 from the line, and it was over. So it was really cool. It was neat to work with Paul. I hadn't done play-by-play in years, and I don't. I'm not a play-by-play person. Even the experience that I have is not extensive.
What was your big shot announcement? How would you say? Like,
I just
3-pointer is good. 2-pointer is good.
I don't even remember. No, I didn't do anything. I just when going into a situation like that, I thought to myself, just keep it simple. I mean, certainly go with the excitement, but I didn't go in thinking like, okay, you got to punch this up. I just sort of thought, roll with it, keep it simple. Sometimes less is more. I mean, it was streaming, so you didn't have to describe every little thing. So I think certainly my inflection and my energy went up and down with the play, but I don't remember thinking like, oh, I got to have a catchphrase or, I was just like, if somebody made a nice left-handed shot and scored, then I would say, and there's a nice left-handed shot that scores. And then Paul would say, yeah, that Reid, Paul was great because he knew the X's and O's and the ins and outs and the histories of some of the players. For example, the Netherlands team that was there was not the Netherlands national team. It was the Netherlands U25 team.
Okay.
The other Netherlands team is actually the number 1 team in the world. And I also find out some of the European teams don't like coming to Canada because it's too much travel. Even though the North American teams.
Yeah.
So there were 2 American teams in the quarterfinals and 2 Canadian teams. There was Canada, led by Catherine Plouffe, and then there was Toronto. But this Spokane team had a couple really good players on it, and they really pushed Canada. So it was a fun final to watch. It was in the Ice Palace, sort of facing the sideboards, like where the penalty box would be.
Yeah.
They had bleachers all around, and people could stand up top and watch, and the folks were into it. And like I said, the ceremony for Michelle Plouffe between the second semi and the championship game was really nice. I mean, she was in tears. She got presentations from Canada Basketball and the city. She was pretty emotional. So it turned out to be a pretty cool evening where I was sort of working, but it didn't feel like work. It was like sitting next to a guy I've known for over a decade and like talking basketball with and talking sort of, I mean, it wasn't the same as doing a talk show, but it was like a lot of times Paul would say something. And I was like, oh, I learned something. Oh, that's what they did on that play.
Right.
Obviously the X's and O's are a little foreign to me.
It would have been fun had you on the drive from Commonwealth to your house to West Edmonton Mall come up with a Reidism that would be like you'd drop it every time there was a big shot or big play.
Yeah, like I could have said, like, oh, here's somebody driving into the lane. I think I hear him coming now. Yeah, but I didn't do anything like that.
Or, like Max Bezzosu said, I know who you are.
Where is this one?
If the bookbinder made an appearance. Wouldn't that be something?
I know who you are. And the referee looking to call a foul there. I wonder who it's on. I know who you are. So anyway, that was kind of an unexpected change to my night because I was going to watch anyway.
When you text me that, I didn't get it immediately because I just wouldn't have assumed. It wouldn't be fair.
Well, yeah, it was kind of out of the blue.
And by the way, I called the play-by-play for the semifinal and the final.
And they can't be found anywhere online. Like, if anybody's looking for this, unfortunately, there's no evidence of it. Maybe on Reid. TSN Plus. We were looking. There is a FIBA 3x3 YouTube channel.
I've used that,
and they have all the men's games and they have the women's pool games. We couldn't find the women's semifinal and final. Maybe they're not even on that channel.
And I think
but I did do it.
I think the people that call that aren't even there.
No, I agree because my parents were watching on CBC Gem, and it was two people calling it, and Mom said they kept promoting their podcast. They have like the basketball podcast, so maybe they hijacked the stream or something like that. Have to get Ben, our tech wizard, to see if he knows how that happened. So anyway, that was fun. Sunday, my buddy Aaron came over. We played the board game Nemesis. Actually, do you have that picture ready? No. Okay, we'll do it. We'll show it later. We'll show it later if we remember. And then yesterday, I intentionally didn't schedule anything, so I wound up having a pretty chill day. I did see my mom and dad a little bit.
Good. Maybe a little sleep.
But we've been talking about that, the value of rest, right? Mm-hmm. You shouldn't feel bad about resting or having some nothing time, which I struggle with. I'm always like, you got to do something. You got to do something. I did take about an hour and organize a closet that I wasn't happy with anymore. The shoe closet in the basement. My
wife and my middle daughter cleaned out her nightstand, which was just like clutter fest. And then the girls cleaned the toy room downstairs. So that all helps and kind of eases your mind.
Yes.
Because if you have a mess somewhere that you know is a mess, it kind of
that's
takes
what
over.
I'm like. But I also tell myself, okay, you did something. Don't look for other things now that are a little off that you got to clean.
But I think at some point you do have to, hey, let's just kick our feet up, put a show on, and relax for a bit.
I sent you and Gager that video. It was this 5-minute TED Ed video or whatever. It appeared, I don't know if it was AI. Maybe it was AI manipulating us. Oh, do whatever you want, humans. But it made a good point. It said, like, we're such an output, productivity-driven society, which is fine, I guess. But, the point of the video was if you're so worried about accomplishing, rest helps you do that.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell yourself, okay, I can't rest till I'm done everything. The point of the video was do some stuff, and then when you need a breather, take that breather, because that breather is going to help you then accomplish the stuff you want to accomplish. So I kind of had one of those days yesterday, even though I slept very poorly and I'm tired today. I could have. People are saying I could have done this for a made shot. Good. For 3. Good. Driving the lane hard, foul.
I can feel your anger.
So anyway, we have a lot to talk about today. Justin Lawrence is going to join us. We'll have some thoughts on the Elks. It's sunk in a little bit. Another disappointing loss. We do, and Ben Thompson's in for the Coupe this week and next. So thankfully, there is a video game topic today. It is a video game topic, but branching out into other things too. But Ben's going to help us with that. We also have the off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website, williamhuff.com, or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. So people may have seen this story. Alex Ovechkin is teaming up with a Russian tech company to produce a movie, series, or documentary about his NHL career. So clearly it's in the, what's that, the embryonic stages? I was going to say infantile. I don't think that's would have been the right use of infantile.
Prepubescent.
So something's going to be done on Ovechkin's career. So our off-topic topic is, what would the title of the Alexander Ovechkin movie be, and who would play him in the movie? Now, you have to remember, he's going to help produce it himself. So I think it'll be a very flattering movie. Not that it shouldn't be anyway. I mean, the first one that came to me was just 8. Just the number 8.
8?
Or grade 8.
Great? But that was the TSN name.
For what?
GR8. They did a series.
Right.
What came to mind for me, and I'm going to butcher this, was Ya Loosely, which is Russian for I am the best.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. And I had 2 people playing him. One would be Putin. I mean, that would be
Putin as Ovechkin.
I mean, that would be the highest honor. I mean, if you're looking to make a splash, why not bring in old Vladdy?
That's incredible.
And then secondly would be Hugh Jackman.
Jackman as Ovechkin. Okay.
I'm thinking Hugh Jackman with the chops, Wolverine style.
Right.
Hugh Jackman, maybe the northern Alberta version of Hugh Jackman.
Right. Okay.
Where he was
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine as
Alex
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin. Yes.
For some reason, Josh Brolin came to mind for me.
Oh, yeah.
Even though, both he and Brolin's 57. How old is Jackman? He's got to be around that age too. So older than Ovechkin is now. I mean, obviously, Jackman's in incredible shape. I just thought the northern Alberta version of Hugh Jackman would fit the bill. Those are pretty good suggestions. I'm a big Ryan Gosling fan, and I figure he could morph into the role. And he's Canadian, so he could play a hockey player. I think it's going to be Russian actors, but we're doing it from more of a Hollywood perspective. Yeah, I think Putin's a big ask, but I'm not sure it'll happen. Putin as Ovechkin. Can you imagine that? And then Putin would also play himself in the film. But he could also play himself. So when Ovechkin meets Putin, they'd have to be them meeting splice each other. It together. Yeah. Okay, so that's the off-topic topic. What would the title of a movie about Alexander Ovechkin be, and who would play Ovechkin in the movie? 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can also contribute to the discussion if you're taking us in on YouTube in the Nasty Chat. Post for us there and chat with each other. It's a pretty fun place. Give us a thumbs up. Click that like button, by the way, if you are taking us in on YouTube. All right. You have an actor? No? Joaquin Phoenix from Lonnie. Pedro Pascal. Couple said we'll get more of these coming in, I'm sure. All right. Pedro Pascal, I don't know. He's acting as everybody. Keanu Reeves as Ovechkin. You could probably pull that off. All right, here's Ben Thompson at the technical desk today.
The Blue Jays look to keep the momentum going as they face the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Toronto leads the AL East and is pushing for the top spot in the American League. Barrios gets the start for the Jays. Molina takes the mound for Colorado. First pitch is at 6:40. Here at home, the Edmonton Riverhawks begin a 2-game series with the Victoria Harbor Cats to close out their regular season. First pitch set for 6:35. You can catch it live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Also on the diamond, the Energy City Cactus Rats go head-to-head with the Fort Mac Giants. That one starts at 4:35. On the football side, Royce Metier returns to practice after missing the past few games. Montreal Alouettes have added 4 players to their roster, including Ciante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Meanwhile, the Hamilton Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. On the ice, Cam Robinson reports that Vitaly Kravtsov will return to North America, signing a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring with 27 goals and 58 points in 66 games. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portrait, close in Sherwood Park, or call them at 780-467-5014. The other side of break, more of Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Summer in Edmonton means three things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Hey, thanks, Ben. Hope you're having a great afternoon. He's Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins with you until 6 o'clock tonight in the Nasty Chat. This is a good one from Marty Rock. Daniel Craig as Ovechkin, the off-topic topic for William Huff. The name of the Ovechkin movie and who would play Ovechkin. Lonnie, Capital Punishment, the Alexander Ovechkin story. Oh, that's pretty good.
Collingwood Rob in the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. 8 is enough. And he spells enough ENUF. And Danny DeVito playing Alexander Ovechkin.
Okay.
He says no one would see that one.
That would be an interesting casting choice, wouldn't it?
It would be. Bronco Nick. I swear God, it went in. The Ovi story. Starring Liam Neeson.
Who I think is in his 70s. Did anybody see The Naked Gun?
No.
What are the reviews like for the new Naked Gun?
Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes has it as. Is it Naked Gun 2?
No, I think it's called The Naked Gun. There was a Naked Gun. It was called The Naked Gun 2.5.
Right.
And the third one was a Naked Gun 33 1/3 for the record.
Rotten.
And then they stopped making them for a while.
Maybe they should.
I didn't see Liam Neeson as the guy leading the reboot.
No, it was weird.
Would have thought maybe DeVito for that one.
90% on the tomato
It's
meter.
good. Wow, it's good.
I don't know. Does that mean it's good? Like, is this the be all end all?
No, it means that people are liking it, I suppose. Maybe we'll have to check it out. We could play hooky one day, not do the show, just go to a matinee.
That would be very Naked Gun of us to do.
That would be.
Yeah. Or do it from.
Or just put like dummies here. Well,
do it
there
from
might
the
be
movie
dummies.
theater with a green screen behind us.
Yes, we're watching.
We'll just be eating.
We're just
popcorn
watching the
whole
film.
show.
All right. The off-topic topic for William Huff. Who would play Alexander Ovechkin in a movie about his life, which might be being made by a Russian production company? And what would the name of the movie be?
Because wasn't that what he said when he hit his hole in one?
Yeah. I swear to God. Yeah. That was early in his career, I believe.
I think that was the first time he swung a golf club.
Yeah, I think it was his first round or something like that, or one of the few times he'd played. Jay and I are coming to you, of course, From the Banquet Studio, craving a late night snack? Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu. Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. until close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet, get real, play hard. Elks back at practice today. They will play in Montreal on Friday. So what are we going to have for that? You will be at the St. Albert Rugby Club?
Yeah.
We'll do this show from 3 to 4:30. You and Awanak, 4:30 to 5:30, Green and Gold kickoff show. You and I will wrap up 5:30 to 6. The Nasty Bash is that night. So live from the Nasty Bash for the post-game show as well, as they're taking on the Alouettes. And again, in about 25 minutes, we'll have Alouettes offensive lineman Justin Lawrence on the show. The Elks coming off a loss. A really good game to watch, just from a pure let's sit and watch a football game perspective. Another really tough ending for the Edmonton Elks look, Jay, a lot happened in that game. But when I think about that game in 5-10 years, that's the game Keon Julian Grant dropped the touchdown pass that likely would have been the winner. I'm sure a lot of things happened in the Milt Stegall 100-yard touchdown game. But that's what I remember.
Good point.
So what is that the headline for you? Elks blow it late, or how do you look at it?
Well, yes and no. Okay, because there were other opportunities throughout that game. There were mistakes made throughout that game that contributed to the score being what it was at that point in the game. However, it does sting a little bit more knowing that with a minute left on the clock, that teardrop, that beautiful shot from Cody Fajardo, which was placed perfectly. Placed perfectly, was just simply dropped through the hands of Julian Grant. And just the history then was, well, oh yeah, that is the same guy that's done this over and over throughout this year. But there was also the third down, on the 1 yard line, second down and third down, missed conversions to take a touchdown lead into halftime. Yeah. And, oh, by the way, get the ball back to start the second half.
Right.
There was that. There was, I heard Matty talking about Cody Fajardo's interception. Would he like that back? Probably. That was just a bad read, poorly thrown ball, and it was too easy of an interception. But you know what? I'm not gonna sit here and throw daggers at Cody Fajardo for throwing an interception. That you're gonna throw interceptions. Would he like it back? Probably. But I thought they played better. I thought they, if you look at the drives that Edmonton put together, this was probably the game that they sustained the most drives and longest drives this year. They reestablished the running game. The defense, I thought, did a good job of limiting deep shots. But, like I said earlier last week, Paul Levi Mitchell's going to put up points. He's going to put up numbers. That's what he does. You just need to find a way to limit it, because that was under their season average for total points for. Their points for in the season is over 30. So Edmonton held them under that. That's a win for that defense, who has struggled earlier in the season. Special teams, I thought, was pretty good, aside from the opening kickoff return for 75 yards, which then led to a 2-play score, and you're, boom. In the blink of an eye, they were down 7-0 before the smoke had even cleared from the flyover. So there was compounding mistakes. But to answer your first, the question, yes, that's unacceptable. This is now proven that this player cannot step up in big moments and cannot be counted on in big moments because you let this team down continually. This is not amateur football. This is professional football. You get paid a considerable amount of money to catch the football. Right? Yeah. What if I lost my voice? What if you lost your voice and said, well, I don't have a voice anymore? Would you be on this show? No. Probably not. Okay? If you cannot catch the ball in the times or at any point consistently, I'm sorry. You cannot be taking the field for this team. That game was too important to this squad. And once again, we ask, great game. Yay. Go Elks. But yet they found another way to lose. And that is a big problem. they've now put together 3 games in a row where they found ways to lose.
Yeah.
Especially at the end of the game. So I don't know what the answer, though, is, Reid. I don't know. Julian Grant is a Canadian, so there's that. But I know that they don't have ratio issues. Could they try bring somebody in? I mentioned it earlier on Lock Shop. NFL camps are going to be starting to make cuts in the next week.
Yeah.
Is there somebody there that you can find that you know of, that you've had your eye on, that was a kind of an in-betweener that could come in and get into this team and be a substantial improvement on what is currently their wide receivers?
Yeah. And just for me, another frustrating gut punch of a feeling leaving Commonwealth Stadium, where they've had the home losing streak. They still don't win a lot at home, even though they broke that. I mean, they don't win a lot on the road either. You had Taylor Inglis on the show, an Esks alum, 2005 Grey Cup champion. By the way, I did enjoy how on the kickoff show in 2005, when they won the Grey Cup, they got slaughtered in Hamilton, like 44-14 or 45-14, something like that. So all teams lose, and there are good teams in the CFL who have lost games this year and who will continue to. The problem with the Elks is it's almost different. Like if that loss dropped them to 3-4, I'd be like, okay, tough one, progress. They've got some other wins on their belt. They virtually never win, and this is going on now for several seasons. I thought Inglis was really interesting, and it is interesting hearing from the alum, and he's very well spoken. We had him on the show last week, and then obviously you worked with him. The sense I got from what I heard from Taylor Inglis was that he basically said, what did you expect this year? He basically said they got the right people in charge. This wasn't going to be a Grey Cup year.
Don't worry.
8 wins, 4 wins, 1 win. It's building. Part of my brain understands that. The part of my brain that spends money for season's tickets and is leaving that stadium disappointed over and over again. And to the people who are saying, hang on, Reid, like these are close games that could have gone either way. I hear you. Last year, they lost 3 games on field goals on the last play in a row. And it didn't get better. They weren't on the verge of turning it around. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about culture and, maybe people who are more committed to having a successful football team in Edmonton, where maybe, Chris Jones was more of the hired gun who was bouncing around to wherever he was needed. And, Brock Sunderland maybe didn't care about the history or whatever you want to accuse the past people of. But I'm still frustrated that they're 1-6. And I know, like, when Taylor said that to you, he's like, well, what did you expect after 7 games? Like, I can't remember what he put it, but he's like, they weren't going to be 7-0. I would have been like, no, like, again, 3-4 would have been nice. Even I'd take 2-5 as opposed to 1-6. And again, just frustrating because a couple games they've lost this year, and I've thought to myself, they were clearly outclassed. They didn't have the talent. But this last game, it's like they blew it.
Let me ask you this. Have you felt that way since Cody Fajardo's been in at quarterback?
I felt better with him at quarterback.
Much better.
Because I think he's just reads defenses better than Trey Ford and gets the ball away quicker than Trey Ford. He's not perfect. And yes, in Saskatchewan, they didn't start scoring points until the 4th quarter. But there's just a more precise execution of the offense.
Yeah. I just feel there's the thought of, okay, well, should they continue to lose, you put Trey Ford in. I don't know about that. Because here's the thing. If BC continues to lose, there's a reason to keep Cody Fajardo in. BC's not tearing the roof off, the cover off the ball either.
Right.
And they have Hamilton this week in Hamilton. So, this is a big week in the CFL. Edmonton still is a game behind BC as well. Because they've had their two byes already.
You got a game in hand on BC, yeah.
Yeah, so look, just slow down. Thankfully, everybody else, Toronto, Ottawa, thankfully everybody else is crapping the bed too.
I mean, Winnipeg's now up to 4-3. Like,
yeah, but you go and you catch BC. That's all. That's the race right now. Catching BC to catch the crossover in the East. That's the goal, and it's attainable.
But again, you can't just say, oh, once they start winning, because my counter to that is what makes you believe they're going to start winning.
I think once this team does get the win and get the win with Cody Fajardo at the helm, I think that could snowball. Sometimes it just takes one thing to happen positive because and I'm not making excuses. I'm just calling it like I see it. They've had some raw deals here. They couldn't punch it in from the 1 yard line twice in a row. Why Cody Fajardo doesn't have the ball in those situations, I don't know. I went off on it in the postgame too.
Yes, I heard.
Julian Grant drops a sure touchdown to put them ahead with under a minute left in the game.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Drop the ball. Like, this team is there. This team is there. This team is not. And do they have to finish? Yes. They have to finish. But they're putting themselves in better positions now than they have been all season.
I mean, maybe they're hoping that there are some parallels here to the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who last year were 2-9 and then finished 7-11, and now this year are 6-2. Maybe like, again, I recognize there are some cultural things that appear to be different. I recognize there's not a lot of discussion about, like, well, when's the coach going to go to the NFL? Like, remember when Chris Jones was hired and everybody was afraid they'd have one good year and he'd leave, and then they sucked for 2 1/3 years? I get all that. And certainly Taylor Inglis believes in those guys. It's just hard seeing so many losses in so many different ways over the past few years. And even if you just look at this year, it's like, oh my God.
Well, and I guess part of what Taylor was saying was, yeah, but when this team gets over the hump and when they're starting to become really competitive again in the West, in the CFL, you can look back on, the past several years, several seasons and say, oh, but were you there during that time?
Yeah,
do you remember how bad it was?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So I do think you're seeing this team start to move up and improve as a team and in a general locker room belief that they can go out and win games. Hamilton's the best team in the CFL right now.
Yeah, right now they would be.
Right?
Yeah.
They took them to the brink.
Because without Adams, you can't say Calgary is.
No. They took them to the brink. And you know what, Reid? If there's a winnable game or winnable games on the schedule coming up, well, guess what? It's the next 3 weeks in Montreal.
I hope so. Well,
hosting Toronto and then out in Ottawa.
Well, I think, I feel almost foolish talking about playoffs, but for the Elks to make the playoffs, I think they have to win 4 of the next 5 games.
And they could split. If I'm saying the power of getting one win under this team's belt, I think would exceed anybody's expectations of what it does for this team. Because they're going to finally get one that they've deserved. They've been in these games, Reid. They were in the Saskatchewan game. I don't know how, but they were. They held Saskatchewan to 21 points. They held Bo Levi Mitchell and Hamilton under 30 points.
Well, what was impressive is that the final 3 quarters they held them. They adjusted from getting stomped early. That's what impressed me. They couldn't get the hold at the end when they needed one, but
Hamilton rarely goes 2-0 this year. Edmonton did that to them 3 times. Okay, so the defense is better. The offense is clearly better with Cody Fajardo. The special teams has stayed pretty consistent, which is good. I think once the levee breaks and they get that win, I think they could get on a little bit of a heater.
All right, we'll have more on the Elks throughout the course of the afternoon. Alouettes offensive lineman, former U of A Golden Bear, Justin Lawrence, coming up in about 15 minutes. Jay's play of the day is next. Here's Ben.
The Blue Jays look to stay hot as they take on the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Toronto remains on top of the AL East and continues to chase the best record in the American League. Barrios gets a nod for the Jays. Milne goes for Colorado, first pitch at 6:40. Here at home, the Edmonton Riverhawks open a 2-game set against the Victoria Harbor Cats to wrap up their regular season. First pitch at 6:35. You can hear it live on our audio streams, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. On the diamond, the Energy City Cactus Rats are in action against the Fort Mac Giants. That one gets underway at 4:35. On the football field, Royce Metier is back at practice after missing time. With injury, the Montreal Alouettes have added 4 new faces to the roster, including Siante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Over in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have picked up former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. On the ice, Cam Robinson reports that Vitaly Kravtsov is heading back to North America, signing a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring last season with 27 goals and 58 points in 66 games. On the other side of break, more Reid and Jay on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
When I played against Jason Smith and Jr., and it was only a couple of times, it always shocked me, his transition. Oh, this is a skilled puck-moving defenseman. We had this thing, we called it the Cobra Kai. Like he would basically grab people by the throat and one-arm them down. It was obviously a holding penalty now, but he would do it all the time, and he was vicious.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the banquet and Aperol. We're sending 1 lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense. Goodbye.
You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. SentinelStorage.ca.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Justin Lawrence going to join us in about 10 minutes. Alouettes offensive lineman. When you were away, when was that? February? He came in and did an entire show. Could be a guy we want to keep an eye on.
We might have
to put him on our neg list.
We might have to. Yes, let's sign him today.
I don't think he would do that.
Why?
I don't think he's ready. I think he needs to think about it.
It would be rather informal.
All football all the time. We could do that.
We'll just say, look.
Get a promissory note. Yeah. It's like
we're commitment.
We're giving him a promise. We're giving him a promise ring. He just got married, eh? He got married, I believe, during the Alouettes bye week. We'll have to ask him about that, about planning a mid-season wedding and what they did.
Yeah, because he told us about his engagement last time when he was on the show prior to...
Right, because he was on once with you and me, and then he came in and did 3 hours with me. Really good. He is an outgoing guy.
Yeah, he's great.
And he likes, obviously he knows a lot about football, but he's into other sports as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw him at an Oilers game, I think late March. And then that's another thing we should ask him about watching the Cup final.
Oh, you don't worry.
During the CFL season.
Again.
Well, yeah, 2 years in a row. His favorite hockey team's been playing while he's been getting ready for his season as well. All right, it is time for a very, very special part of the show.
It's Jay. It's play, he's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta, your home for online gaming excitement featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instants, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca.
Well, Reid, I cooked something up with the WNBA.
Uh-oh.
something to watch tonight.
Doing some cooking.
See it.
Let Jay cook.
Let him cook. So if you want to get in on this, the first game starts at 6. I believe the last one, the game starts at 8. So it would be something to watch throughout the evening. They did boost it. It's now at plus 226. So this is definitely into tease territory. If you just want to sprinkle, a dab will do you. I think that's what they say. So it's the Washington Mystics to win, the Phoenix Mercury to win, and the LA Sparks to win. All money line winners. That is boosted to plus 226. The Phoenix Mercury are massive favorites. The Washington Mystics are very solid favorites. The LA Sparks, but they are at home taking on the Caitlin Clark-less Indiana Fever. So that line might change a bit today because last I heard she's not playing. And to be honest, she hasn't been setting the world on fire with her play this year. Anyways, plus 226 if you want to ride with Jay. Head over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll see it right there.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, presented by Play Alberta. Couple of questions here in the Nasty Chat. Let's get to these. Stealth Legend says, do you guys think if we had a better receiving core, we would have 1 or 2 more wins?
I mean, that's easy to pick out and say, yeah, because one of them drops touchdowns.
Right.
But, I mean, Cody Fajardo is throwing for 300 and some yards, 346 yards, I think, against Saskatchewan, 257 yards against Hamilton. They're moving the ball. It's just, unfortunately, his receivers or their receivers have let them down in certain situations. But, I mean, you look at the stats from that game. Curly Gittins Jr. averaged 12.2 yards per reception. Dunbar was 15. Kion Julian Grant had that 147-yard play.
That was a really nice play.
Arkell Smith was involved. Do they have enough depth? No. I mean, but I don't think... I think the better question to ask is, do you think if Cody Fajardo started the season as the number 1 quarterback, would they have more wins? Then I would say yes. Because he's proving that the wide receivers are capable.
Right.
Or they're getting open anyways. It's not like they're, oh man, these guys are getting covered all over the place. Well, no, they're open. Just unfortunately, they drop the ball from time to time. Well, one of them does.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't think you can point this finger at just the receivers or just the O-line. I mean, it's been a team that's fine, but I do feel they're finally getting it kind of moving in the right direction together.
Okay, and I'm not saying this to be sarcastic, though. What's the biggest piece of evidence or two that suggests that to you?
Their ability to move the ball and sustain drives.
Okay.
And the defense's ability to stop drives. That number has come closer to center line than it did at the start of the year.
It seems to me, you'll have a much more of a technical knowledge than I do. It seems to me, though, the defense is, we got burned deep early in the season. We're not going to let that happen. So you're going to have to run up and make sure you tackle.
Yep, which is fine. That's a good defense. That's a defense that knows their weaknesses. Their weaknesses is putting their corners in one-on-one coverage and exposing them with a blitz. Well, they've stopped doing that quite a bit. Their front 4 pressure on their own with Serezna, Brinkman, Robbie Smith.
Well, that was Brinkman's best game, wasn't it?
Probably one of. They've been getting pressure. They've been finding their way a lot more as the games have gone on.
Okay.
So maybe there is something to what Cody Fajardo said on this show. That the gelling period for this team will take longer than the teams that had it all together last year.
Yeah, maybe. I hope so. Because again, I just want to be talking about wins. I want to be talking about a playoff chase. I don't want to be talking about next year 7 games into the season.
And you know what else too? Tomorrow, I'm telling you right now, that's going to be my play of the day. Is I'm going to be all over this Elks money line situation for this Friday's game.
All right.
But I'm going to get better odds, so don't bet it yet.
Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Because you know why? Because it's going to be at the Nasty Bash.
Oh, that's right.
Anytime we do something together with our listeners, Good things happen for Edmonton teams. We've had watch parties.
At Winnipeg last year, I was here for that, buddy.
Yeah, that was
okay.
That was the one outlier.
I'm sorry, but I gotta tell you what I remember.
It's the Nasty Bash, the kick, the spice of the Nasty Bash will hopefully.
All right, we got more on the Elks. The off-topic topic: who would play Alexander Ovechkin in a movie? What would the title be? We'll have buying or selling about intelligent players for Damon Bunting coming up. And speaking of intelligent players, when we get back,
he's probably number one on my list.
From the Montreal Alouettes, Justin Lawrence next.
The Oil Stream.
Who are the top 5 Oilers captains in franchise in history?
Moose number 1.
Moose ahead of Gretz?
Yes.
Okay, who's number 2? Wayne?
It's got to be Wayne.
Where do you go from here?
Well, let's go through Bucky.
Yes. Shane Corson.
Dog Wade.
Where does McDavid stack up in all of this?
I think he's pretty high up on the list.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
The Blue Jays look to keep rolling as they meet the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Toronto sits atop the AL East continues to push for the best record in the American League. Barrios gets the start for the Jays. Milne on the mound for Colorado. First pitch is set for 6:40. Closer to home, the Edmonton Riverhawks are back in action for Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Victoria Harbor Cats, wrapping up their regular season. First pitch goes at 6:35. Listen live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Energy City Cactus Rats are also on the diamond today, facing the Fort Mac Giants. That one goes at 4:35. And to the field, Royce Mechie has returned to practice after missing time due to injury. In the CFL, the Montreal Alouettes have brought in 4 new additions, highlighted by defensive backs Ciante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Meanwhile, in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. And on the ice, Cam Robinson reports Vasily Kravtsov is making his return to North America, inking a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring last season with 27 goals and 58 points in 66 games. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can also shop online at paramountflooring.ca. Justin Lawrence joins the show with Reid and Jay. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
All right, Ben Thompson on our technical desk, in for Zachary Kubish this week and next. Hope Coop's having great time off. He's Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins, and we are pleased to be joined by a 2.5-time Grey Cup champion.
Don't say that.
Well, he doesn't like the one as much as the other. He has two favorites more than the other. He plays for the Montreal Alouettes. He was a U of A Golden Bear. You know, that's where you played, Jay. This guy played at the same school. I'd love talking to this guy. I've got to be friends with him over the years. It's Justin Lawrence checking in. Justin, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Good, fellas. How are you guys doing, man? Great to see you guys.
Well, it's great to see you. Thanks for being always so willing to hop on my show. I got to ask, though, right off the top, we the hard-hitting question. The interview will get softer. The softballs come at the end of this one.
Yeah, straight into it.
You didn't finish the game Saturday. Now, I didn't get to see it because I was at the 3x3 at the mall. Are you able to give us any update on your status or how you're feeling for Friday?
Yeah, I went down during the game, which is super unfortunate. Obviously, you never want to have an injury, but can't really disclose length or anything like that by now, but feeling really good. So guess we'll have to see you on Friday.
Okay. More or less the answer we were expecting. We were talking about what's he going to say.
Yes.
So that's all right.
Well, Reid did say something off the top that I just got to bring up, because you guys have discussed this when you and him were on, and you talked about it, and the 2.5 Grey Cup rings. Okay. I mean, Justin, you have 3 of them. Now, I understand maybe you weren't as much of a contributor on the Stampeders as you would have liked to be, but you have 3 Grey Cup rings, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way I'll never take that away. Like, for sure, it's 3 Grey Cups. But as I explained to Reid, it's just it's so much more different when you're starting in the Grey Cup, playing the whole thing. The sense of accomplishment at the end of it is just different. Like, I'm still super proud of that 2018 Grey Cup ring, because it's my rookie year, and I did feel like I played a big part in that season, but it's always different, like I said, when you're just playing in the game. So never knock the old 2.5 Grey Cup rings Reid always brings up.
Yeah, I try to find different ways to put it. All right, so look, you guys have been having a pretty good season. The score, I mean, 34-6 for the Riders, and I know you didn't finish. I didn't expect that. Like, you know, I know Saskatchewan is good. It's rare to see a score that lopsided, especially between two teams at the tops of their division. What got out of control for the Owls there on Saturday night?
Man, the thing about football is, and honestly, probably the best part about the CFL is I feel like any week it's anyone's game to win. And honestly, like, I guess kudos to Saskatchewan. They came out, great game plan. They executed. And at the end of the day, I think they just made the plays when they needed to make them. And, you know, in hindsight, looking back for us, I feel like we had opportunities to, you know, put ourselves in a situation to win the game. But us as a team, we just did execute to the level that we're used to and what we hold ourselves to. You know, and that's part of the CFL, right? Not every week can be your week. And I think we're kind of looking at it as like a great learning lesson for us and a little bit of a reality check as well.
Okay, and look, we are going to talk about the Elks coming up here, but I mean, we don't, as much as you're a kind of a regular on the show, we don't get to talk to you all the time. So I got to ask about a couple other games and sequences for you. I mean, you get late wins against Toronto, a couple touchdowns in the second half of the fourth quarter. Incredible win against Calgary, field goal to come back. You know, to tell me about those dramatic victories and the Alouettes' ability, you know, to rally most of the time when needed.
Yeah, honestly, those 2 wins were so massive for us. As a team, we always preach like the most important part of a game in the CFL game is the last 3 minutes of a game. And we pride ourselves in wanting to be one of the best teams in those final 3 minutes. When games come down to the line like that, we can follow through and get a win out of it. So, you know, that Toronto game, obviously the first half really wasn't our best game. But, you know, honestly, that's something I've grown and loved about this team is I feel like no matter how bad of a situation we're in, we're always fighting and scratching to make sure we can put ourselves in a good situation. And I feel like that was kind of the gold standard for what we pride ourselves on, especially that Toronto game. Being down, scoring the late drives, and putting ourselves in a situation to win that game. Going into Calgary on the road, like you said, we were heavy underdogs for that game. Just knowing that if we executed and put ourselves in good situations, we can get a win no matter where we are. And it's the same thing. Maltos made that amazing kick at the end. I think I've seen it about 1 million times since that actually happened, but still mind blowing. That guy's playing out of his mind this season. It's incredible to watch. But at the end of the day, like I said, those victories where you pull it together at the final 3 minutes of the game, that's really what defines a team. And we want to keep rolling off those. Like, we want to be able to, if we find ourselves in a situation at the end of the games where it's super close, that we can close out games and make sure we get the win on that. So those were 2 massive wins, and would have been nice to be in a situation like that against Saskatchewan, but unfortunately we got a little too behind on the score clock there.
Okay, I got to ask you about another game because it's I think it's one of the most talked about finishes in the league this year, if not number one. It was a month ago today. It was July 5th against BC. So what are you thinking when BC's snapping the ball with 3.5 seconds left? And then they get a stoppage with half a second left to kick that field goal.
There's probably some stuff I'd love to chat with you when we're not on the internet, but again, I don't know. I can't describe it enough. Sometimes the magic's good, sometimes the magic's bad. That's the bad magic was on our side that day of the CFL games, because that to me, I'm still mind blown about that whole situation, how everything unraveled. But I don't know. That one left a real sour taste in our mouths for a while after that. I still can't believe it to this day that we didn't walk away with a win in that game.
All right.
Alouette center, former Golden Bear, former member or I don't know if you were the member, maybe you were one of the captains of Grove Street, coming out of the powerhouse out of Spruce Grove. Justin Lawrence joins us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Justin, I want you to answer this as honestly as you can, because I think this is a question that is often thought of by fans who say, okay, well, Justin just was talking about, well, we executed well there, and we executed our game plan there, and then but in this game we didn't execute as well as we should have. For simplicity's sake, and to try put it into a fan's perspective so they understand, the question would be, well, why don't you just execute perfectly every play? And then you're going to win every game, and every play is going to be a touchdown. What leads into the biggest disruption of execution offensively from your perspective?
I think a lot of it comes down to momentum and making the small details go. It could be as simple as there's 5 of us O-linemen on the field, and I'm going to talk from my perspective just because that's the position I play. But there could be 5 of us on the field at that time, and say we have a run play. If one of us don't execute, or say we don't align ourselves to block the right guys, all of a sudden on first down you get a 2-yard loss or something like that. Now you go into 2nd and 12, which is a really tricky situation as an offense, because you're going to throw the ball. Defense knows you're going to throw the ball. The D ends, the D tackles, they can pin their ears back and rush after the quarterback without a worry about the run. DBs can worry about just covering their man. It puts you in a sticky situation. And, I'm using O-line as an example, but that's the kind of stuff that, puts you in things that, can be as simple as someone dropping a pass, not making the right read for a throw. Obviously we'd love to be perfect every single play, and that's what we're all striving to do. I know every single player in the CFL is striving to be perfect every single game. But when stuff's firing super fast and you got to dissect a play in basically 5 seconds, what you're going to do, react, all that kind of stuff, doesn't necessarily happen all the time. And like I said, we just the games that we didn't win, like the Saskatchewan game, we just didn't make some of those little plays that we needed to. Where you watch Sask, on the other hand, they made some of those plays, the big catches, the big blocks, and plays like that. So, like I said, I get the frustration with fans when they look at it as these guys are professional athletes. They should be perfect every single time. But I've been enough in the real world and worked enough jobs where I'm like, I've seen people who are the best at what they do, and they make mistakes too, and that's just part of the business.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the word momentum a few times there. And how much does what's it like to play on either side when your offense is rolling and you have the momentum and it's almost like you've broken the will of the defense that's coming after you. What's it like to play in that situation as opposed to when the roles are reversed and the defense is teeing off on you and everything seems to be going their way? Because it is a bigger, is it one of the biggest parts of a game is momentum, Justin?
I would absolutely say so. I'd say that's the case in any single sport possible. But it's such a completely different feeling. Like when you're up big, you're making the plays, scoring lots of touchdowns, get up on the scoreboard. I'm telling you, that feeling is like a little bit euphoric in a sense that like you're like, all right, we just scored 2 drives in a row. When you're on the sidelines waiting to go back out there, you're like, honestly, there's no doubt in my mind once we get out there, we're going to execute, we're going to make those plays, and we're going to score a touchdown. But on the other hand, when you're backed up and you haven't really been able to move the ball, haven't been able to score, haven't been able to break that barrier, you can kind of just tell there's a little bit of tension on the sidelines where everyone's like, we need to make this play right now. Like, we need to make it. And I think that's sometimes where you get caught in trouble is people trying to do too much to make a play and get yourself back in a situation where I find, like, for us, example, like a team, I find when we do our best, like when we're behind, is in when everyone just kind of sticks to what they know how to do. Don't do too much, just do their jobs. And just like you said, it comes down to that execution part of it where they just actually, make the play that comes their way. But such a, I don't know, the whole momentum things in sports, I can't deny, I think it's probably one of the biggest factors that plays into it.
Justin Lawrence from the Alouettes joining us this afternoon on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne. You had a very interesting bye week this year. What'd you do?
I got married, man. I got married. It was probably one of the busiest bye weeks I've ever had. I never thought in my life I'd leave a bye week and being like, you know what, I need a vacation. But because we got back, I was back home from the Sunday to the Saturday. And the minute I got back Sunday, we were DIYing and getting everything ready for the wedding, and then got married Friday and flew back Saturday back to Montreal. So it was a super busy bye week, but everything turned out perfect and we had a great time.
What was it like? Were you still planning stuff once the season started, or was all the planning done before training camp?
No, we had the majority of the stuff planned before the season actually started. We tried to do as much as possible to make sure like most of the stuff was handled while I was around, so that way Brianne had a little bit of a support system. Because I felt like once I got to training camp, I knew I was going to be flooded with meetings, practice, all that kind of stuff. So there was still so much to do, and honestly, so much respect for her for handling all that, because the little bit that I did was a lot.
All right, well, congratulations, and I know you've told the engagement story in previous appearances as well. So, congratulations to you and Brianne. Another element of your life is, obviously from the Edmonton area, and you love the Oilers. I got to see you and a teammate briefly when you came to an Oilers game in late March. So, same thing. You're doing training camp and starting the season, and your favorite hockey team is going for the Stanley Cup. Did you manage things differently this year so you can watch as many games as possible, or what was it like following the Oilers this time around?
Actually, it was pretty smooth because with Edmonton playing out in the West, by the time they were playing, I was out of meetings and stuff like that, so we'd be back in the hotel watching games, which was really cool. And honestly, we had thought about it. If the opportunity had arisen and they'd gone to a Game 7, I was going to do everything in my power to make it to that Game 7 out in Edmonton. So, but unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. But like I said, I followed as much as I could, just praying that they pull through this year and actually get the win. But I don't know, maybe they're just love making us wait for a victory in Edmonton.
How many Oilers fans are on the Alouettes? Is it just you?
Probably, I would say there's about maybe a handful of like Edmonton area people. So that's probably about it. Our media team did a thing one time who they were cheering for in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I think majority went to Florida, which I was kind of pissed about.
Okay. Well, there was another. I wanted to ask you another major event that happened, not related to football, but the Montreal Grand Prix was sandwiched in between. You guys had a Thursday night win over Ottawa, and then you didn't play again until you were back here in Edmonton, playing the following Friday. against the Elks. Did you get a chance to take any of that in? And if so, if not, that's fine. But does that just consume and take over Montreal when it's there?
Yeah, it's honestly that whole thing is unbelievable. I live right downtown in the heart of Montreal, and I never went to any races or anything like that, or none of the events. But downtown they had basically a lot of the streets were closed off, and they had some of the exotic cars, booths, stuff like that. So me and a lot of the teammates, we would just go walk around downtown and check out some of the stuff that was around, but never actually made it out to the racetrack. I know a couple guys did, and still to this day, one of our linemen, Jesse Gibbon, he's a big bike rider, but he'll always go down to they still have the track set up out there, and he'll just go rip his bike around the track, which is pretty cool. But it's, I'm telling you, when it comes around, don't plan on driving anywhere downtown, and just like I said, it is going to be flooded with people on the streets, because I don't know, it must be one of the biggest events out here, because it's nuts.
Okay, and thanks for being so generous with your time. We'll bring it back to football for the end. I know your status is TBD, I guess, for Friday, but the Elks are coming to town. You beat them earlier this season. Yep. They're sitting there with only one win. But can you just give us, I know you can't give away the game plan, but still the preparation that goes on. I mean, teams don't look at the standings and say, okay, guys, take it easy this week. Well, how do you look at the Elks of things that might be dangerous to the Alouettes on Friday?
I mean, there's a lot of factors to the team. And, I talked about this last time I was on the show with you. They got a lot of good pieces. And honestly, the scariest teams to play are the teams that are fighting for their lives and fighting for a chance in the season. And that's the situation Edmonton's in. And those are the teams you can never sleep on, because they got nothing to lose and they're going out there to prove themselves. And they got a lot of talent. We talked about the D-line. They got an incredibly talented front seven. Linebackers, defensive line, those guys are the guys that I'm used to going against and scout all the time. They got unbelievable players that any time you show up to play against them, you got to bring your best, or else they're gonna make you look pretty silly. So it's just one of those things. I think they're kind of in a situation I felt like we were almost in, getting that win in Toronto and Calgary. That was so big for us. I think they're in that situation where they just are fighting to get that feeling of a win. And that's why, like I said, they're a dangerous team to match up against, because they're playing for it all. But we feel confident in everything, and like I said, our coaches do an unbelievable job getting us ready for games. So from my end of it, we feel pretty confident about it.
Justin, love having you on the show. Always appreciate your time. And I mean, look, he came on during supper. Came on during the supper hour.
He's got to eat, man.
He's got to eat. He looks starving.
Hey, nothing I love more than eating than hanging with my boys on the Edmonton Sports Talk.
That's awesome, buddy. Yeah, hope you're. I know you couldn't talk about the injury, but hope you're feeling okay after leaving Saturday's game. The fan base will get a little upset if I wish you all the best on Friday. So I'll just say all the best in life in general.
Hey, come on, Reid, say it.
Come on, Reid, you can say it. He's a friend of the show. He was sitting in this chair.
He was.
Point.
Well, we're
Edmonton fans
in a
got to
new
give him a
office. Did you notice?
Pass.
What's that?
I said Edmonton fans got to give him a one-time pass just for his favorite
He's
player.
a local kid. He played at the Bears.
Yeah.
I wish you good luck this Friday. There.
There we go. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate that, man.
As Bears alumni together, Reid.
Hey,
I wish
Bears got to stick together.
I'm not a Bears alumni.
You're a U of A
alumni.
Yeah, close enough.
Hey,
sitting in the stands at Clear Drake Arena. Yeah. No, I wish you good luck on Friday as well, and I hope you're feeling great, buddy. Love having you on the show. We'll talk soon, okay?
You betcha. Thanks, guys, so much. Have a good one.
Justin Lawrence checking in from the Montreal Alouettes, the center for the team. Always looks like when he's on TV, it's like, what a look, hey? Because he's always got the eye black and stuff, and he's a very
intimidating,
very intense guy, and probably height-wise, sort of a bit of an anomaly for an old lineman, because he's not like a 6'8" guy. He's still a very big man, obviously, but
they're not supposed to be. But they're generally like a more compact version of an old lineman, where it's maybe not as tall, but powerful and can be quite agile.
Yeah, well, he definitely is for sure. Yeah. It's just you see a lot of guys that they're like when we had David Beard in, it's like, yeah, he's a tall dude.
Well, yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah. We love talking to Justin, very intelligent player. We're going to talk about sports intelligence and football intelligence in the next segment as well. But he's awesome to come on the show. Hopefully he's doing okay after whatever he had happened to him against the Alouettes. And here's the thing, like he mentioned, the Elks motivation. I know the Alouettes have a better record, but they don't. They're sitting there on a 28-point loss. Like they're agitated in their own way. So this could be a couple of angry teams playing on Friday night. This guy's always happy. Here's Ben Thompson.
Blue Jays look to keep things rolling as they take on the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game set. Toronto leads the AL East and continues to chase the top spot in the American League. Berrios gets a nod for the Jays. Molina counters for Colorado. First pitch goes at 6:40. At home, the Edmonton Riverhawks are in action for Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Victoria Harbor Cats as they close out the regular season. First pitch at 6:35. You can catch it live on our audio streams, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Elsewhere on the diamond, the Energy City Cactus Rats square off with the Fort Mac Giants. That game gets going in about 10 minutes. On the football field, Royce Metier has returned to practice after missing some time due to injury. In CFL news, the Montreal Alouettes have made 4 roster additions, including defensive back Seontae Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Over in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elks running back Kevin Brown. On the ice, Cam Robinson is reporting that Vasily Kravtsov is returning to North America, signing a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring last season with 27 goals and 58 points in just 66 games. The sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine and Physiotherapy. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sports Medicine. Call 780-460-9977 or visit their website at AdvantageSportsMedicine.ca to book an appointment today. More of Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Lock Shop.
The text is up. All right, let's see. Let's see. I hope.
Drafting ain't easy,
I
man.
know he's a busy and a successful businessman, but I hope he texts back and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's right, bird draft. Don't worry about it."
We're in! What? Yes! Let's go!
Let's go! Draft science! My God!
Yes!
He does love the bird draft.
He loves it!
I knew it!
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian-owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect belts, the perfect fit every time.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
All right, that was great to have Justin Lawrence on the show, U of A alum. Now, did you already know him through alumni activities or ever meet him before we've had him on the show?
Oh, no. I knew him. I was the president of the Alumni Association when he was playing.
Right.
And so you'd meet players, you'd get to know them at, the various functions, the golf tournaments, the gala dinner. So I would have known those guys, from a distance, I would say.
Right.
But so nice. They're all those guys that came, through at that time were obviously excellent football players, but even better people. So it's always nice to catch up with him. He's just a great guy.
How long were you the president of the Alumni Association? Is it a set term
8
of
years.
2 or 3? Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So was that 4 2-year terms and no one else wanted to do it? Or did you just do it till you're like,
it gets voted on every year.
Oh, every year.
And no, it was just nobody would. It was not like I was challenged or anything. Nobody wanted to do it.
And how time consuming is that?
It wasn't all the time, but during season and during event season, like the golf tournament, the gala dinner, that took a lot of time out of you. And I just couldn't do it anymore. My kids were getting too old. I was too involved in a lot of their sports.
Right.
That I just had to step aside. So now it's Dylan Niedermeyer, sorry.
Okay.
That's doing it. And he's doing a fantastic job. He's got some great people over there helping them. In fact, I think their annual golf tournament, which is not, by the way, it's not just for, if you played Golden Bears football. It's for anybody that wants to go. When is it here? August. Oh, it's coming up. August 9th at the Ranch.
That's Saturday.
So you can go on Golden Bear Football Alumni. I think it's gbfootballalumni.com and get in touch with them. Or go on their socials, Golden Bear Football Alumni, and try to get on if you wanted to go out there and support the team. But that's always a fun time. They usually sell that out.
Okay. Awesome stuff. And we were at the Ranch for our golf tournament.
Yes, we were.
That was almost a month ago already. And we got the Nasty Bash coming up on Friday. It's going to be incredible.
It's going to be a weekend. That's
what a great place to work.
And then guess what? On Sunday, Eric and I are doing a pregame show
right.
for the Edmonton Huskies junior football as they have their home opener against the Regina Thunder, who I always refer to as the Regina Prairie Thunder, but now they're just the Regina Thunder.
Oh, I didn't even know that because they were when did they change?
I don't know.
Was it too long to say Prairie Thunder? Or if you're from Regina, is the prairie assumed?
Yeah, right. You don't need the prairie in that.
Feel like the Atlantic watery ocean.
Yeah. So we're going to be at the game on Sunday. As I mentioned, it's their home opener against Regina. The kickoff's at 1. So Eric and I are going to do a 1-hour pregame show from 12 to 1. But here's the thing. The Huskies want to invite Nasties to come and watch the game. If you haven't watched junior football and you're a football fan, it's like what Reid and I would say about, if you're an Oilers fan and you haven't been to a game at Claire Drake, you're really missing out.
Yeah, why not go?
If you're a football fan and you haven't went and watched the Huskies or the Wildcats, you're missing out. So they're going to make it really easy for you because they're going to offer 50% off the tickets for this weekend. Now, if you're under 18, you're already in for free. If your kid plays minor football and he or she wears their jersey, they're in for free.
Oh, sweet.
You don't need to buy them tickets. It's a really family-friendly event. But as adults, they're going to offer you 50% off. You go to edmontonhuskies.com, buy tickets, and use the promo code EST. That's it, and you get 50% off your tickets. So come join Eric and I down there. It's going to be, looks like the weather's going to be great. It's a beautiful facility, JP Bowl. Mm-hmm. They've got beer gardens. They've got food trucks. It's a fun day. And if you haven't, like I said, watch junior football, give it a chance.
Okay, 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. That's available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. until close. Email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, j@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube. And if you're also on YouTube and you haven't done this already,
click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Give us a thumbs up. We try to get 100 every show. We are on pace to do so. But Don't be a pleasure delayer. Get in there and click or share the show link with other people. And
I got a
get them to click.
I got a bit of a problem.
What happened?
There's a lot of limericks that have come in. Now, I know this is a really fun buying or selling for Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Yeah, well, we can move it around. By the way, we got a guest at 5 o'clock now.
We do.
Justin Dunk's in.
Hi.
You're going to get the number, Ben. It's going to be on the phone.
Okay. Should we do a limerick?
Yeah, you can do a limerick.
This is a limerick.
We can adjust the show on the fly quite easily.
I guess it is your show.
Often we have to do it because I forget to do something.
Nolan from St. Albert.
You're like, well, I guess Reid's not having the FIFA president on. Imagine if we had the FIFA president on.
No,
what's
that
his
would
name
be
now?
terrible.
It used to be Sepp Blatter. So that was a long time ago.
I would just lambaste, pepper him with questions.
So like,
where's the money?
How come it's soccer and there's FIFA? There's no S. Shouldn't it be FISA?
Where's the money?
It's not called soccer in most of the world.
What is Bitcoin?
What's in the briefcase there, tough guy?
What do you got? You got a security team with you?
He's like running away with a briefcase while we're talking to him.
Dollar bills.
Oh, no, nothing. It's just my lunch.
Gold coins bouncing off the ground behind him. And I do have ones from Bronco Nick and VR Montenegro that I will get to. Nolan from St. Albert says, my first ever limerick. I once played around feeling... Hang on.
You got to space it out.
I once played around feeling keen with my swing sharp and putting so clean. Shot a 77. Felt like golfing in heaven. Best score that this hacker has ever seen. Well, way to go.
Shot a 77.
That is a great
well
round. That's a great round.
Great round.
Wow. Good for you. 77.
Yeah, I could.
So the girls played against me. So April and my 3 daughters.
Okay.
They played best ball against me.
So they each played their own ball.
No. Well, they played off the tee, their own ball. And then whoever had the best drive, usually my wife.
Oh, so they played their own scramble.
Then they played their best ball and would shoot into the green or their approach shot. They beat me. They shot a 42 collectively.
Oh, that's
I shot
good.
a 43.
Oh, nice.
So
you played pretty well, though.
I played really good. My 7-iron was dialed.
Yeah, sometimes like those mid-range clubs, it's good, right?
Whereas
you want to use them on every shot.
Yeah, at the EST tournament, I couldn't hit my 7-iron to save my life.
Yeah.
Really? It was really dialed.
Those are probably my best clubs, like my 6, 7, 8, that I can kind of rely on, even if I haven't played in a while.
Usually me too. Like I really feel comfortable with those.
Yeah.
And then I got the drive straightened out, and I really made it interesting by the end of it.
It's always nice though, like if you're playing with a big hitter, and he's got like a 200-yard shot. Well, you probably hit way farther than me, but like the guy who it's like, yeah, I'm 200 out. I'm going to hit my 7-iron. I'm like, so am I twice.
200 yards out. What are you using?
I'll miss. I'm hitting my 4-iron and I'm still short of the green.
Yeah.
If I club I've probably hit a 4-iron 200 yards 3 times in my life. I don't hit far.
No, me neither. That would be a perfect 5-iron for me.
Yeah,
if I hit it smooth.
Yeah.
And it just, came off the club like nothing, I could maybe get it there, but I'd probably still be short.
The 4-iron, it's harder control, right?
Yeah.
Just because the length and stuff.
Such a wee.
And 3-irons are no longer a thing. There used to be 3-irons. So I feel like most people don't use 3-irons.
Got one in my bag. Never used it.
Kelvin says, terrible round at Pine Ridge today. Free beer if you find an EST ball out there. That's the Seba Beach one, right?
Oh, Dawson posted his limerick too. Let's do another limerick. We're on a roll here. Why not? We can move this till later anyways.
Move the Kachuk thing till later. Okay. And Justin Dunk's going to be at 5.
The Elks took another bad hit.
Why bother pre-booking the show, everybody?
We do it live. This is from Dawson Nielsen in the Nasty Chat. The Elks took another bad hit. Now my football hopes in the pit. But in Calgary this week, it's lacrosse that I seek. Founders Cup's where my heart's going to sit. Nice.
Oh, cool. Any story ideas for that?
Founders is the Junior B Tier 1 Lacrosse National Championship. Are you playing in that, Dawson, or what?
I don't know. No, he'd be over junior age. We've met Dawson, right?
Yeah, in good shape. Maybe he does play.
You want to do the emailed ones too? Should we rattle them all off?
I got a story for you. So we're golfing yesterday.
Oh, we got a story. Excellent.
Well, no, I got we're golfing yesterday.
Oh, is this what you were irritated about?
No. I was actually quite happy. So I pull out
because you said we got to do something. Oh, were those the limericks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So we're doing them, bruh. So I pull out a golf ball for my daughter to use, Rose, and it's an EST ball. She's like, oh, this is an EST ball. And I'm like, Rose, you can't be like that. Like, if you lose it, it's okay.
Right.
But she says, yeah, but it also says William Huff. And I'm like, yeah. They sponsored the balls. And she says, I wonder if I'll have the William Huff advantage today.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, my gosh. Look at this.
Your kids are sharp.
Look at us go.
Your kids are sharp. That's awesome.
Wow.
780-218-9999 is how you text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Jay and I are coming to you from the Banquet Studio. Spin to win Fridays at the Banquet. You can spin the wheel for a chance to win big and save on your bill. Get the details at thebanquetbar.com. So, all right, is this what we're going to do? We'll do the intelligence buying or selling at 5:40.
Oh, okay. Or 4:40.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yep, I can tell.
The oil understood we'll do later in the show.
We'll do it at 5:20.
Yeah, it's fun. And Justin Dunk with 3 Down Nation.
Yes, sir.
He's now going to be at 5:05. I'm sure Ben's like, wow, these guys.
Is this how
broadcasting works? They just decide what's happening mid-show?
No, it's not.
Usually most shows are planned ahead of time, Ben.
That's okay.
We did have Justin Lawrence booked ahead of time. We didn't text him at 3:55.
It's the
What are you doing in
Justin
5
day.
minutes? What are you doing in 5 minutes? All right. Here is Ben Thompson.
The Blue Jays look to stay hot as they take on the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game set. Toronto sits atop of the AL East and continues to chase the best record in the American League. Berrios gets a start for the Jays. Milne takes the mound for Colorado. First pitch is at 6:40. Back at home, the Edmonton Riverhawks play Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Victoria Harbor Cats as they close out their regular season. First pitch is scheduled for 7:35. Catch all the action live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Also in action, the Energy City Cactus Rats take on the Fort Mac Giants. This one got underway 5 minutes ago. In the CFL, Royce Metier returns to practice after missing time with injury. The Montreal Alouettes have added 4 players to the roster, including Ciante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Over in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elks running back Kevin Brown. On the NHL ice, Cam Robinson reports that Vitaly Kravtsov is returning to North America after signing a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring last season, posting 27 goals and 58 points in 66 games. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. On the side of the break, it's more Reid and Jay on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Dave Naylor.
Nobody wants to hear this in Edmonton, but defensively, the Elks the last 2 weeks have put up their best performances. The Cody Fajardo switch, I don't think, based on what we've seen the last 2 weeks, anybody has much of an argument about who gives them the best chance to win right now. And that's got to be what it's about for the Elks, because they got to rebuild this fan base. And another season is about to get away from them here.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by Southport Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Oh, my goodness. The stories we tell when we're not on the air. Thanks for checking out the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app, with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, you name it. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services. Deposit today with the promo code YEG50. Get an EST exclusive $50 free bet to get started. All right. So Friday, we will have the Green and Gold kickoff show at 4:30. So this show will be interrupted, sort of. 4:30 to 5:30 will be the Green and Gold kickoff show. Jason Milne and Matthew Awanek, and maybe special guests, since we're going to be on location.
Probably.
Green and Gold post-game show after the game Friday night in Montreal.
Yeah, that's not going to be a recipe for disaster at all.
We'll be fine.
Yeah,
You'll focus. You'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully there's an Elks win to talk about. That would be a nice change. All right. So we had Justin Lawrence on the show. Plays center for the Alouettes. Very well-spoken, very intelligent young man. And we're going to dive into buying or selling and talk player intelligence for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. All right, so I have a premise for you.
Okay.
I'm curious to see how you'll react to this, because I didn't really tell you. Did I tell you at all what I was going to ask you? I don't know if I did. Very briefly. That's all the planning I did. Hey, Jay, I got an idea.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Talk to you at 4:20. Or, sorry, 4:40. So let's book the guests for 5.
So let's say I give you 24 athletes, 24 people who are going to be on your football team, one for each position in Canadian football. And they are all of identical height, weight, and athletic ability.
Okay.
Like maybe you watch them run around, throw the ball, tackle, footwork, and they're all equal. They're all equal. Like there's nobody who's obvious for any position.
Gotcha.
And then I say to you, okay, Jay, here are all we did some, personality tests and intelligent tests, and here's their personality types and their IQs and all this kind of stuff. Who are you putting at what position based on those tests? Hey?
So these are all equally...
They're all equally...
IQ'd.
Right.
Equally talented,
And they're even equal
athletic.
height and weight. So there's nobody who's like obviously an offensive lineman or a linebacker.
Kate,
the smartest person of this bunch.
But you said they're equally smart.
No.
Okay.
They're all they're all physically equal. But intelligence-wise, they're different.
So how many top intelligence players do I have? Are we breaking this into quarters? Like I have 6 really smart.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it that way.
So 6 really
you
smart,
got 6 people
moderately
really
smart, 6 moderately dumb.
Yeah, like slightly below average, and 6 dolts. Yes,
dolts. Okay, so for my 6 high IQs, that's easy. Quarterback, center, guard, tackle. I'm loading up on the offensive line. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because Justin Lawrence is center, and the center, you often see the centers calling out
number
the
2
blocky. So
behind the quarterback.
They have to read the defense and sort of know what the quarterback is seeing as well, right?
Yep. And that's about it on offense.
Okay.
The rest are going to be dolts.
The receivers and the running backs will be dummies.
Yep. Just take them.
Just get open.
Get rid of them. Yeah. Don't need them in the high.
That's interesting.
Don't need them in the high IQ.
The quarterback and the O-line as the smartest guys, and then the 6 brickheads are the 5 receivers and the running back.
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Just run a route. Any brickhead could do that. This is sounding really bad. This is just for fun, everybody. Don't get all in your feels about it. Okay. Then give me a defensive end. Or this is the moderate category.
Yeah, still above average intelligence.
Give me a D end. Give me your Mac. Give me your strong side linebacker. Give me your safety. That's 4.
Okay.
Give me your other D end. And give me your boundary or open side cornerback.
Okay.
Those are the moderately smart players.
Okay.
And then the rest are
below average.
Below average.
So you got the 2 D tackles.
Yeah, they fill a gap, baby.
You got the weak side linebacker. You have.
I might have missed on the week, but we can make up for that with a half. All right.
You got the 2 halfbacks and the other corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, depending on the quarterback's throwing arm, I might.
But they're all the same. They all throw the same.
Okay, so if it's a right-handed quarterback, your left tackle has to be the best tackle on your O-line.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So the right tackle, I might substitute and put him in the moderate category and elevate the MAC linebacker to genius.
The middle linebacker?
Yes.
Why is it MAC now? What does that stand for? Or is it just a
That's
phrase?
just middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go now, Mac. Here we go.
It was just ways to identify the players. Instead of you, middle, it'd be Mac, Sam, Will.
Oh, okay.
Or the safety. But I would probably put a higher priority on the Mac.
Right. Because they're the sort of quarterback of the defense.
Safety and Mac for sure. But that O-line has to be like together.
No, they got to read off each other.
They have to be smart football players too.
Right.
To read what the defense is doing. So yeah, outside of the O-line and the quarterback, the rest,
Let's go. Just get out there.
Just go get open, okay, son? You know what a 7 route is. Go run it. See if you can beat
I don't know what it is. That's the tree, right?
Yeah, pass.
What is it? The odd numbers are towards the quarterback and the evens are away, or is it the other way around?
Even numbers are away. Yeah.
And then the higher the number, the deeper the pattern?
Yep.
Okay.
So 1, quick in. 2, banana out. 3, 10-yard dig.
Like a standard in, okay.
4, 10-yard out. 6, button hook in. 5 and 6 are both button hooks.
Okay.
7 is to the post.
So that's the post corner.
8,
so there's the angle once you get going. Okay.
8 is the Jason Tucker. And 9.
You just run as fast as you can and then look for the ball.
That's right. What do you think? What do you think of that?
Well, I knew where you would put the quarterback, and I thought you would put the center because we had Justin Lawrence on. I figured you'd put the center quite high.
They just have to work together extremely well.
I thought you might put all the linebackers in the high intelligence category. I didn't think that threw me for a loop that you put the entire offensive line there.
Well, yeah. I mean, defense is more reactionary. If this was about athleticism, I'd put way more athletes on defense.
But they're all the same.
Right. This is based off of IQ. I put higher IQs on that O-line.
Okay.
Because defense is more about reaction. Right? You call a coverage or you call a blitz scheme, but you don't call a design play on defense. Unless it's a blitz.
Ace says, are you suggesting that someone needs to be Einstein to be a quarterback? Yes, specifically, you have to come up with a theory. You have to come up with a complex mathematical theory. Then you can be the quarterback.
I'm not saying an Einstein, Ace, but the smarter a quarterback, the better that they can read a defense.
And I think what we're talking about here, I guess the way I think of it, you might have a different perspective because you played the game. But maybe what we're talking about is intelligence is not, can you read a book and write an essay summing up the book? It's how quickly can you process information? I think that's really what we're talking about, right?
Yep.
And so that's what quarterbacks are doing. They're, I'm walking, are my guys going to the right place? Great. Because especially at the young, well, maybe not in pro, but there might be, like, if you're a quarterback on like your Bantam team, what would that be, about grade 8? I know they're not called Bantam anymore. The first thing your coach might tell you is make sure your own guys are lined up in the right spot first. No, Timmy.
Yeah, exactly.
Your other left. But then you have to look at the defensive players, and the defensive players don't have to stand still. They can be running around all over. Okay, how are they trying to confuse me, right? You have to understand your own offense plus the defense. So I think I know Ace was joking, and we're joking with him too, but I think that's what we're talking about, is how quickly can you process information and perhaps have to relay that in the form of an audible, right? Or even, okay, the center, maybe there's a code word to the center. Is he seeing the blocking the same way that I'm going to need it as a quarterback, right?
Yeah, it's communicating at a high level for sure.
Right.
Is dependent and reading, which usually is highly equatable with somebody with a higher IQ.
Right.
Right.
And so that's what you're saying. If you're a receiver, run the pattern.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what the guy on the other side of the field is doing necessarily. Run your pattern. Be there for your quarterback.
Yeah, it's up to the quarterback to know what coverage they're in, to know which of those receivers who's running those routes is going to be or is likely to be open.
Okay, so let's turn this back to the Elks and the Canadian Football League.
Yeah.
What did you see football IQ-wise from Bo Levi Mitchell on Saturday afternoon?
Oh, man. He was manipulating the field with his vision. Several times you'd see him looking left, and at the last minute dump it off right.
Right.
Trying to drag as many defenders away from where he knew the ball was going.
Right.
Maybe not at the snap of the ball, but quite shortly after. Joel DeBlanco started in place of Nick Anderson. There was 3 times I saw specifically where Bo Levi Mitchell moved him with his eyes out of the way. Because when you're coming around when you're beyond the linebackers and you're running routes behind them, those are called windows, where you need to be in between 2 linebackers and receive that pass.
Right.
Bo was manipulating those windows to his player's advantage. And that's so hard to do because you're trying to cover something you can't see.
Right.
Right. We've all played that where you're wondering, okay, is he this way? And the quarterback looks you off and your receiver's there. Bo was doing that at an incredibly fast pace. And that helps in moving the football down the field. But to do that, you have to have confidence in your protection. You have to have confidence in your blocking scheme so that you're not about to get lit up from the backside.
Well, and then if you're doing that as a quarterback, are there not times you have to throw where you're looking?
Yep.
Right? Because if I'm like, okay, he always looks that way and then throws this way.
Yep. Absolutely.
So you got to know how you're going to toy with them too. And that's what I find fascinating about football. But what you're saying with Bo, because that last drive, there were a couple times he dumped the ball off.
Yep.
And when he was dumping the ball off earlier in the game, the Elks often made a tackle and there wasn't any yak. And then kind of on that last drive, it's like they needed 8 yards. He threw it 5 and the guy fell forward for 3. And you might think, oh, that guy did such a good job getting the yardage, but that could be the quarterback. Okay, I just need to move the safety and the linebacker over to my right, so when I dump it off, my guy can go left and get those couple extra yards.
Well, and what did they knew what they needed to do, did Hamilton. So, I mean, that was a 9-play, 60-yard drive where they had 6 passes, 3 runs. They needed a touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah.
But they had the time on their side. They started that drive with 5 minutes left in the game. Right? So when you have time on your side and you know that Edmonton knows you need to score, well, guess what Edmonton's going to do? They're going to sag. Right? Which is not the best thing to do. You should just play how you've been playing. But then you're opening yourself up for a deep strike or something like that. So they are playing a little soft. Bo Levi saw that and dumped it off.
Yeah.
And first down after first down after first down. They picked up on that drive 4 first downs in 60 yards.
So then the interception that Fajardo threw on the deep pass.
Yeah.
Should have he looked that safety away?
Yes. He could have,
because we watched the replay today, and he pretty much set and threw where he was looking the entire time.
Yeah, he did not move the safety with his eye. That was probably the easiest pick of Stavros Katsantonis' career.
Right.
Because it held up there. Dunbar didn't see him, so he couldn't fight back for the ball and disrupt Stavros Katsantonis.
Yeah.
And if you look at Cody Fajardo's eyes during that drop back, he's on Dunbar the whole time. And as long as a safety, if you're getting depth, if you're shallow, you're not going to make that play. But he came from it with depth, which is the key for a safety. So you can attack that and come across the field. I had a lot of those interceptions where you're just reading.
Right.
That's a smart player back there. I think he's one of the top safeties in the CFL. UBC product. I talked about him in the pregame show. I said this guy always makes plays against.
Well, here's the thing,
Edmonton.
and Matt and I were talking about this on the Nazi chat that Fajardo underthrew it, and it's you and I watch it. It's not really underthrown, and quite frankly, if Fajardo throws it 3 yards further, then it's knocked down or it's incomplete. Like he was not completing that pass the way that safety was playing it.
You know what? I think the only thing he could have done to I guess limit the risk on that pass was to throw it to the outside shoulder of Dunbar. Make Dunbar, instead of looking over his shoulder to the inside of the field, make him switch shoulders early and find it on the outside, and you can take him to the sideline. Underthrow it by 5 yards, but let him be the only guy that can get it. And Stavros wouldn't have had a shot at that.
Okay. But is that... Well, I know they're pro receivers.
You can do that. Especially if you put air on it.
If they got time to turn. Okay.
Just throw it up. Throw it to that wide open area between the numbers and the sideline. And it's a race with Dunbar on Stavros, Katsantonis, which Dunbar is going to win. He probably catches it coming back to it and falls down, but still that's
or gets interfered with because the DB would have turned with him and maybe runs into him.
Yeah. So he just didn't see him. He could have. He just didn't see him. He thought he had Dunbar the whole time.
All right. 780-218-9999 is how you can text the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. $18.99 prime rib special. That's available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Available for dine-in and takeout. Not available on show nights. We got the 5 o'clock break, and then Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation is going to check in.
The EST Hangout.
I do have concerns with Dan Campbell. I love his riverboat gambling style of coaching in a way. One of these years it's going to cost him.
Would Dan Campbell have ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl that year?
I don't know, because there's a great article in the Washington Post, though, that says Bill Belichick baited Pete Carroll to do that. It was actually a brilliant coaching move by Bill Belichick that forced Pete Carroll to throw that football.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Yeehaw! Yee Country Night is back. Celebrate all things country and western Friday, August 15th at 7 p.m. as your Edmonton Elks take on the Toronto Argos. Presented by Coconut Cowboy Rum. This game will feature the 3rd annual EE Bull Riding Competition. Country music all night long, plus a petting zoo and pony rides for the kids. This night is sure to be a blast, so giddy up and get your tickets now, starting at just $20 at goelks.com. You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Goodbye.
You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. sentinelstorage.ca.
The Blue Jays look to keep their streak alive as they face the Rockies in Game 2 of a 3-game series. Toronto remains in control of the AL East and continues to push for the top spot in the American League. Berrios gets a call for the Jays. Molina starts for Colorado. First pitch at 6:40. Here at home, the Edmonton Riverhawks are back on the field for Game 2 of their 3-game set against the Victoria Harbor Cats as they wrap up their regular season. First pitch goes at 7:35. You can listen live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. On the football front, Royce Metier is back on at practice after missing the last few games due to injury. The Montreal Alouettes have added 4 new names to the roster, including defensive backs Ciante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Meanwhile, in Hamilton, Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. On the ice, Cam Robinson reports that Vitaly Kravtsov is heading back to North America, signing a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring last season with 27 goals and 58 points in just 66 games. More of Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne on the Reid Wilkins Show. Justin Dunk joins the show. I'm Ben Thompson. And now you're up to date. What's that? Okay.
Okay, 5:04. Thanks a lot for joining us. Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne. We are 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. I'll sneak in one limerick here from the Big Uke.
Sure.
Then we got a couple others for later. The Big Uke, Tuesday after a weekend so long, thumbs go with Reid's Click song. Nasty Bash is near. Fergie, stock up the beer. Your favorite celeb born in Yeg, is it Tommy Chong? Wow, that's pretty good.
That's really good.
Pretty good coming in from the Big Uke. Okay, we'll have some fun with something from the hockey world a little bit later. Well, actually, maybe it won't be fun because the player we're going to talk about isn't popular in this part of the world. But nonetheless, we'll dive into that before 6 o'clock. We're going to connect here with Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation. That is our weekly connection for Connect Belts. Simplify your life with Connect Belts. More than a good-looking belt, Connect offers a high-quality, no-holes belt. Whether you're on the course, in the office, or anywhere life takes you, Connect, the perfect belt you need to feel good. Get a Connect belt and support a 100% Canadian-owned company, owned and operated by University of Alberta alumni. And on the screen here in a couple minutes, if you're on YouTube, there's going to be a QR code you can scan for a special EST 20% discount. Or if you're giving them the old Google later, like maybe you're driving and then you're going to get home a little bit later. It's KNKT. KNKT.
KNKT.
Kept trying. You know these guys, right?
Yeah, they're going to be on a hangout on August 18th.
Oh, sweet.
Spencer and
Pre-booked.
Tanner. Yeah, from Connect Belt. There is a sidebar, Benny. I'm not sure if you can find it, where it says today's show on the computer, where you could there'd be a QR code for anybody that wants to try and grab this off the YouTube and take advantage. What is it, 20% off?
20% off ESC discount.
That's
we got Justin. Oh, perfect. Love having this guy on the show from 3 Down Nation. It's Justin Dunk checking in. Justin, you're on with Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Let's go, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for making time for us. Okay, before we dive into some of the Elks storylines, I'm going to throw you the same hypothetical I just asked Jay in our last segment, okay? Let's say there's the Justin Dunk All-Stars, and I say, Justin, I'm going to get you the players, okay? And I bring you the players, and you're working them out, and you realize they are all the same height, they are all the same weight, and they are all of exactly the same athletic ability, okay? There's nobody who's obvious for any body type or position. And you're like, Reid, what are you doing? Like, it's 24 identical human beings. And I say to you, okay, Justin, here, though, are some intelligence and personality tests. Where are you putting your 3 smartest players? What positions?
On the football field, presumably?
Yep.
And don't be bashful.
No, I mean, first got to be quarterback. Next, I would say would be center. And then I think third, quite honestly, I mean, you could make an argument for safety, but probably middle linebacker.
Yeah.
So I'll say that, down the middle.
Jason Milne also said quarterback and center, top 2. He actually put his top 6 as quarterback in the entire offensive line.
Yeah.
He did all 24 positions. I'm only asking you to do 3 on the spot.
Mac and safety slipped to the second echelon, but not by much. I did say I might change out the right tackle for Mac. So we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we're thinking the same. I just want strength down the middle and my smartest guys in those positions because they can help everybody else be smarter, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. And then Jay put the 6 dumbest guys were his 5 receivers and the running back.
I'm not hating on running backs, but I think if you're going to rank the dumbest positions, that running back would be number 1. You know,
probably.
Smart.
Take the ball and go. Find the hole.
Well, we're never going to have a former running back on the show, Jay. That's we just ruined it. No, Justin, thanks for doing this. We love chatting with you. I know it's been a while you've been on this show, but you're always great with Edmonton Sports Talk. Okay, we're going to dive right in because, I mean, in this market, there's 2 teams we talk about a lot, and right now it's the Elks, and they're not winning very often. It's always interesting to get somebody like you who's a little detached from it and maybe doesn't have emotions clouding at some point. How far away are the Elks? Is this 1 or 2 plays? Is this still systemic organizational things that need long-term repair? How do you look at it coming out of that game against Hamilton?
I mean, they're close, man. Listen to Cody Fajardo after the game, and I think he has matured a ton in his career. Not to say he was immature earlier, but when you're in Saskatchewan and you become a starting quarterback in that market, you guys know how it is. It's similar to being in Edmonton and Connor McDavid with the Oilers. Not to say that the Double E can't get back to that level, but they're clearly not right now. But I think Cody was right in what he said in terms of that the Double E were the better football team that day against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who are the hottest team in the league right now. The facts would say 6 straight wins. And then you look at the week before. Did they look great to start the game in Saskatchewan? No, but they fought. So that tells me that Mark Killam has this locker room believing in what he's selling and that they're fighting for him. You know, you go back and look at some of these football games, and I think some of them are closer than potentially they have looked, but also the key for me, fellas, is this defense has to play better. Flat out. Has to play better. Ranked last in too many categories. Ed Hervey talked about spending money on that side of the ball. We all know he didn't want to give a big chunk of change to Geno Lewis, and that unit has not lived up to the billing. Now, I understand you have a new defensive coordinator in the CFL, and JC Sherritt, it's his first year. I'm not saying he doesn't know defensive football. I had a great chat with him when he was in Regina, but it's his first year, and he's going against veteran offensive coordinators. No disrespect, fellas, but Scott Milanovic calling plays on offense versus JC Sherritt as a first-year coordinator, that's advantage Milanovic, but that game was still close. So I think Edmonton is very close here, but it doesn't really matter because you got to get wins.
Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Justin, so talking about the Elks defense, is this something that maybe because everything's so new, it's just taken a little bit longer to gel and come together? Because I will say, I think they have made improvements throughout the year based on their personnel, based on their coverage schemes. But do you think this is just a matter of this team just needs to gel a bit more before that defense can really start showing their worth, considering how much money was spent on that side of the ball in free agency?
I definitely think so. I think time together could help, but as you guys know, in pro sports and especially pro football, with the seasons seemingly being long but short here, especially with the Elks record, you got to be good. And, I've had some smart people in the CFL put it to me that even if you're a rookie head coach in this league or you're a new team, that when you have a start like this, you're 1-6, you start feeling the pressure and you make decisions based on trying to get in the playoffs because 66% of the teams make it. So, yes, I do think more time is going to help everybody, JC Sherritt, the whole lot. But you would have thought that this defense would have been much better to start the season just purely based on the fact that on paper, they had one of the best, if not the best, or should I say most talented defensive lines in the league. Jake Ceresna, I don't think, has played up to his usual level. I know Robbie Smith's been out and on the 6-game injured list, and Noah Curtis is there too. But I think that defensive line I look at, because that's where a lot of that money was spent, has to be better.
Justin, we had a question from a listener earlier, and it wasn't new, but this listener said, how much better are the Elks if they have a better receiving core? We've discussed on this station, Dunbar's very good, but is he a number 1 on any other team? So I'm not even going to ask you the quarterback question because we've kind of talked that to death, and I'm sure you have as well. But the receiving core, and Ed faces some heat there because he was a receiver and he's found receivers in the past. Is it good enough, regardless of who's throwing the ball for Edmonton?
I think this receiving core would be better if some key catches were made, fellas, to be flat out honest, especially by the Canadians there. I think of Kalen Julian Grant. Curly Gittens Jr. has had some drops, which he usually does not have. Do they have a legit number one receiver that strikes fear into a defense? No. But the last couple of games, since Cody Fajardo has been the starter, the offense has looked really good. The Elks have moved the football consistently. That has not been, at least in my opinion, the issue. Like Cody Fajardo threw for 346 against the Riders, and I think did enough to have a chance to win against the Ticats. And if a ball is caught at the end of the game, perhaps Edmonton wins. So I don't think that there's that guy that's a Kenny Lawler or how Keon Hatcher is playing, or like DeMonte Coxie in Toronto. But I think the group as a whole has a lot of talent.
Justin, looking at the standings, you look out east, and the Argos sit at 2-6, the Red Blacks sit at 2-6. Then you head out west, and the Lions are 3-5, and they haven't had Edmonton's had 2 byes already, so they're sitting at 1-6. Is this the year you think that whoever's if somebody can come on strong in the West and compete for that 4th spot, that this could lead to a crossover appearance, or do you think that? Especially in Toronto's case, with Chad Kelly being brought back into that fold, is this something that the Argos are simply undervalued right now?
I've had questions about whether we see Chad Kelly this season until the Argos answer them, to be quite honest, right? If we go back to the winter meetings, Ryan Dinwiddie was saying, Chad will probably be ready for training camp. Started training camp. Ryan Dinwiddie says, 50-50 shot, he starts week 1. Then he told me personally, he's trending to be back in week 4, 5, or 6. It doesn't happen. All of a sudden he's on 6 game. So something's going on there. And I think to your point and your question, talking to people around the league, and if you look at the standings right now, it's pretty simple, right? You look at Saskatchewan, Calgary, Hamilton, Montreal, probably going to have playoff spots. You would think Winnipeg's going to get in. So then that leaves one playoff spot between BC, Edmonton, Toronto, and Ottawa. And I think that's how Edmonton has to look at it. I know that's how people in Toronto and Ottawa are looking at it, and the same with BC. So I think if you're the Elks, that's how you have to view it at this point. And there's a possibility for a crossover, but I think Ottawa could potentially be better than they've shown. I think that offense has been, I don't want to say stagnant, but held back. I want to see something different out of them. Perhaps actually commit to the run with William Stanback. I think Drew Brown can be a guy at quarterback. Toronto's just, okay and clearly below average with Nick Arbuckle at quarterback. If Chad Kelly comes back, that team can be different, but I still think there's some issues other places with Toronto. So if you're Edmonton, you've been playing some tight games, especially with Hamilton and Saskatchewan, the 2 hottest teams in the league. You're thinking, okay, we just got to beat 2 of these teams and we're in the playoffs.
All right.
Or 3, sorry.
Right. Yeah. Justin, thanks for coming on the show. I'll just leave. I'm enjoying some of your tweets lately because you're featuring some Canadian guys working out in the NFL. And was it is it Elgersma? Is that how you say it? Mm-hmm. He did the Lambeau leap. What do you? There was a guy dressed as the Grinch apparently in the first week of August. It looks like.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Packers family night at Lambeau Field. There's over 50,000 people. You got the Canadian kid, I think, ending it. I'm pretty sure I got the timeline right, with a touchdown pass and the controlled scrimmage that they had. And then the quarterbacks, Jordan Love included, are dropping footballs into the bucket in the corner of the end zone. And then Elgersma hit one, and then all 4 of the quarterbacks go and do the Lambeau leap. I'm telling you, I know he's not Double E or Edmonton property, but this Canadian kid, Taylor Elgersma, is worth keeping an eye on. The Packers had him in for a top 30 visit, as we exclusively reported at 3downnation.com. Matt LaFleur has been complimentary of him the whole way along, and I believe he's going to get an opportunity to continue developing there in Green Bay. Real curious to see how he looks, if indeed he gets on the field in the preseason. I would imagine that's going to happen. So keep an eye on this kid, legit. And you nailed the name, Reid, Taylor Elgersma.
All right. How big is he again? What's his size? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Oh my goodness, dude. He's a big dude. I think he's like 6'4", all of it. And he's like around 230 pounds.
Yeah. Because there can't be a lot of NFL quarterbacks under 6'4" anymore. I'm trying to think.
Well,
in the NFL?
I mean, you got like
in the
Russell
NFL.
Wilson and Lamar Jackson and the guys that are mobile.
The mobile guys, but yeah.
Jaden Daniels is
Josh
not
Allen
bad.
might be around 6'3". Yeah, Jaden Daniels probably isn't that big.
Well, how big is... Oh, I guess Murray, yeah. Yeah, just trying to think.
Got some guys.
Yeah, okay. Hey, thanks for hopping on. We love talking with you. Great analysis as always, and we enjoy having fun with you too. Enjoy the games this weekend.
Hang on, Justin. When do your guys predictions come out? I always look forward to that, but I seem to be catching it later. What day do those actually come out on the 3 Down Nation podcast?
Like the picks?
Yeah, the picks.
Oh, I got you. Usually that podcast is up on Wednesday. If not Wednesday, by Thursday morning for sure.
Okay, I'm putting you on the spot then. Elks in Montreal. Who wins?
Ooh. Man, I would imagine the Alouettes come out full of piss and vinegar, man. Like that is going to be a battle. Edmonton probably feeling like, their season is on the line there. Sheesh, bro. If McLeod Bethel-Thompson starts again, I'm taking the Elks.
Okay.
Because that was awful last week against Saskatchewan.
Who else would start, though? Because isn't Davis Alexander still battling and having issues with that hamstring?
He is. We saw Caleb Evans a little bit, but there's been some buzz in Montreal that James Morgan, who's been developing for them, mostly on the practice roster, but he has dressed some games too. Could get a look. We'll see if that happens.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. All right.
But if the law firm starts, or I've been calling them Grecian Man, if Grecian Man starts again... They're just for men? No, I'm not having it.
All right.
Oh,
you heard it here.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you soon, Justin.
Be well, fellas. Appreciate you.
Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation. Check it out. How about that? He says MBT. Not good enough.
No bueno. No good. I agree. That's why they could be ripe for the picking, Montreal. And then you look at Toronto. Well, they could also be ripe for the picking. And Ottawa, I think Edmonton can beat them no matter what.
Well, that's the one team they already beat. So that's the one I would feel the best about. I'm just struggling with picking the Elks to win a game.
I know.
Because they haven't.
Yeah,
and
that's
I know,
fair.
They're going to play.
That's totally fair.
They're going to play. Toronto and Ottawa are playing each other. So one team's going to get to their third win. The other team will be stuck at 2.
Well, and BC's
likely going to lose at Hamilton.
Yeah. The door's there. Walk through it.
Oddly enough, it is. Well, like you said, that's 2/3 of the teams get in the CFL. The number 6 seed often isn't that great, and maybe this year especially. This is why it should be overall standings, though, instead of this worrying about the crossover and just have overall standings.
Well, essentially,
I guess it would kind of be the same difference.
Essentially,
but
it is.
Anyway, I would like that that's one of the drums I keep on beating.
I can't believe it's 5:20 already. Where did this show go?
Well, we're just rolling along.
We're rolling, baby.
Mex Bezzozu says former mystery athlete Taylor Elgersma. Yeah, well, that was a way you guys did the Taylor Elgersma as the athlete.
Maddie did that. Yeah. Amish Man 19. How can MBT not be good enough? He was just paid a bunch last year. Well, yeah, he took that money and ran because he did not deserve it. I'm sorry. He is not a $400,000 quarterback.
All right. Fair enough.
Close.
That was Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation checking in. We have the oil understood for GCL Diesel coming up. And the words of the day. Here's Ben.
The Blue Jays look to stay on track as they take on the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Toronto holds the top spot in the AL East and continues to push for the best record in the American League. Barrios gets the start for the Jays. Molina goes for Colorado. First pitch is at 6:40. At home, the Edmonton Riverhawks continue their 3-game set against the Victoria Harbor Cats as they close out their regular season. First pitch tonight is at 7:35. You can catch it live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. On the football side, Royce Metier is also back after being sidelined with an injury. He'll be back with the Elks on practice. In the CFL, the Montreal Alouettes have added 4 players to the roster, including defensive backs Ciante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Meanwhile, in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. On the ice, Cam Robinson is reporting that Vasily Kravtsov is returning to North America, signing a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring last season, notching 27 goals and 58 points in 66 games. More of Reid and Jay on the other side of break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
When I played against Jason Smith and Jr., and it was only a couple of times, it always shocked me, his transition. Oh, this is a skilled puck-moving defenseman. We had this thing, we called it the Cobra Kai. Like he would basically grab people by the throat and one-arm them down. It was obviously a holding penalty now, but he would do it all the time, and he was vicious.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the banquet and Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
At Mind 360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind 360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind 360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Thank you, Ben. Okay, so Elks in Montreal on Friday. We had Justin Lawrence on the show earlier, center for the Alouettes. Now, he was hurt Saturday against Saskatchewan. He would not reveal the extent of his injury, but he seemed hopeful that he's going to play. We'll see. Justin Dunk was just on the show from 3 Down Nation. He said if McLeod Bethel Thompson plays for Montreal, he said Edmonton's going to win. We'll see. The Elks badly need a victory. 4:30 Green and Gold kickoff show on Friday.
I don't know how you could even say if it's not McLeod Bethel Thompson. And the only way that he would be saying in theory is if they could win is if it's Davis Alexander, who's not playing.
Well, you seem to have more faith in this guy off the practice roster I know nothing about.
Well, that says a lot. We got to get to a couple limericks here.
Oh, yes.
Bronco Nick, you didn't read his yet, did you?
No.
Okay. This one comes in from Bronco Nick. The Double E Friday dropped the ball. Literally missed a touchdown haul. Sneak in with power? As you can tell, I'm sour. Maybe it's time for a locker room brawl. Maybe. This one comes in from VR Montenegro. Cody has pulled the Elks out of their downward tailspin. Another valiant effort, yet there is no win. Friday, they will finally cash to celebrate the nasty bash. Funny man, Tom Green would be an epic Ovechkin.
And the off-topic topic for William Huff would be who would play Alexander Ovechkin in a movie. And what would the movie be called? Because apparently he's teaming up with a Russian production company to make a movie, series, or documentary about his career. So clearly in the early stages, they haven't decided exactly what it's going to be.
Well, Sean said the movie will likely be titled Ovi. And in his first feature film, Nail Yakupov will play Ovi. Paul Amaral says movie name Ovi and Phil Kessel to play him.
Phil Kessel as Ovechkin.
Phil Kessel
might as
as
well just play
Ovechkin.
himself. I think somebody put Liam Neeson as Ovechkin. I don't know if we brought that one up. I like your idea of Putin as Ovechkin.
Yeah, it's got to be it, right? Guy Flaming says, hey guys, I'm pleasantly surprised by Jay's ranking of smart positions in football, most notably that he didn't have us punters, kickers near the bottom.
Well, no, we didn't even include them on the list.
We didn't even factor them in.
24 positions. I didn't include returner or whatever. Well, the quarterback could punt, just like Bo Levi did on that quick kick.
And Vic chimed in. He said, just want to thank you guys for the tickets to the Elks games. We did have a great time in spite of the score. Invited friends and watched football. Can't go wrong with that. Love the show. That comes in from Vic. Well, you're welcome, Vic.
That's awesome.
I would have replied to you, but I can't. We can't reply in our
I thought we
messaging
could
system.
now.
No.
We can or we can't, Ben?
I think Matt figured it out.
Well, he hasn't passed that information along to me. This
We
is
need to
another
use that Vic 20 in the corner.
This is another limerick from a Teef. Now, I think this is probably AI Teef, but whatever.
Still, he's trying.
In Edmonton's land where they play, the Elks hope to shine on the day, but the score slipped away as opponents held sway. Now they dream of a victory day. Could happen one day. Ooh, I hope that was not a AI Teef.
I will refrain from commenting. We are in the banquet studio. Make your birthday epic at the banquet bar. Bowling, drinks, and a vibe you won't forget. Book your party now at thebanquetbar.com. Did you know what I was referencing when I said the VIC 20, Ben?
No. What do you mean by that?
The VIC 20 was one of the first home computers.
Oh?
Yeah.
I thought that was an Atari.
No, the VIC 20 was actually a computer with a keyboard and a monitor. And you could play games on it and I think do very simple word processing and maybe printing. I think we had one at some point. Not sure if it got
I guess
much use.
Atari was the first somewhat gaming console, or one of the early ones.
There was Atari, Texas Instruments. I had an Intellivision when I was a kid.
That's it. Texas Instruments made our gaming systems?
I think they made I think there was a Texas Instruments gaming system. Then there was a Commodore 64. That was a home computer.
Because on Texas Instruments, like a TI-80 whatever calculator.
Oh, yeah, they were all
a scientific calculator. You could get games on those Texas Instruments calculators. So maybe there's...
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
You could
remember
get
that.
like Snake and Pong. You could play on your computer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think here. First generation of video game consoles. Of course, it has a Wikipedia page.
Of course.
I don't know if we're going to have time for this. Magnavox had one that came out in September of 72.
Jode says Odyssey 2 and ColecoVision.
Oh, yeah, ColecoVision was one. But I feel like a lot of kids my age either had an Atari 2600 or an Intellivision. That's what I remember anyway. Well, someday we'll have to bring in some old video game systems and just play them.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm getting used to that the game machine we have here, playing a lot of volleyball.
Oh yeah, the stand-up arcade game.
Yes.
Yeah. The kids still go to arcades? They still have arcades.
Yep. Chuck E. Cheese is still around, right? That was my favorite thing growing up.
Going to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yep. Birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese. They have the Rec Room, which is like...
Oh yeah, the Rec Room has a bunch of fun stuff.
Yep, the adult version. Yep, pretty good.
We're going to dive into the Oil Understood. It's presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. Okay.
I don't know why I tried to stab you with my pen.
I thought you were giving me like the action motion. So for hockey stuff today, no, you guys on Friday had the Olympic team orientation camp.
Yeah,
which
much
has,
ado about nothing.
4 Oilers going to, well, David's on the team already. Bouchard, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman also. And they're not skating, right?
No.
They're just doing classroom work.
Team building.
Okay, guys, can you draw offside on this sheet of paper? Oh, looks like this guy can't be in the Olympics. Spell Italy. That's
Connor's going to stand on the table, and he has to trust that when he falls backwards, you're going to catch him.
That's right. So our buddy Matthew Tkachuk, I wonder if he's going to show up in the Nasty Chat, is on the cover of the NHL 26 video game. Now, Ben Thompson, as people may know, you were what? A professional. You were one of the best NHL players on the planet.
Sure.
What was it?
Sure. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't like saying professional because it wasn't like.
You didn't make a lot of money.
Like, yeah, I didn't get like paid a crap ton of money to play the game. I made some money, but I say like competitive. I was a competitive NHL video game player for I don't know, 4 years.
Okay. You were competitive. Yeah. Competitive. So you would have to buy the game every year to stay on top of things?
Well, yes. Like every tournament was moved on to the next game. I didn't have to buy them, but
yeah, what's that mean?
You a sponsor?
You were given to you?
I am partnered with EA.
You were partnered with EA?
I am.
Okay, wait a minute.
Are you still partnered with EA?
I still am.
I know you. What? I know that. I think you probably told this story on Hello Hockey, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
So how did EA find you and think Ben Thompson, St. Albert, Alberta, and at the time you would have been in your teens, maybe early teens?
I was 17 when I first started really playing.
So do they phone you and they're like, hey, bro,
what's up, bro?
Saw you win that game 17-2.
No, it was a program they were launched a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and it was you applied, and if you applied and you got accepted, you got into the program where they gave you every EA game for free. So
are you still in the program?
I still am. Yep.
So you get 26 for free?
Yep.
Eventually, they're going to realize
that I'm done.
Yeah, you're too old. You've aged out.
I mean, I don't know. I still stream here and there, and I still have stuff. But yeah, like I don't know. I haven't gotten an email or something saying that.
So
hey,
they would
do
send
something.
you every EA Sports game for free.
Yeah. So on the website, I have like a code for each game. So college
to
football.
download it. Okay.
Yeah,
so
college football.
Okay. Let me see if we know all the EA games in a year. NHL.
Yep.
Madden.
Yep.
Do they do an NBA?
They used to do an NBA Live, but
NBA Live. FIFA's big.
FIFA. Yeah.
And now don't they have college football again?
Yep.
They were out of college football for a while.
Just got college football. Yeah.
I don't think they do NCAA basketball.
They do not. No.
So that's only 4 games.
That's 4 sports games.
NHL, Madden. Wait a minute. You got every EA game?
EA game. Yeah.
So if they make
the website right now, what am I missing?
If they make Jay and Reid shoot the aliens, you would get that game.
If they made it, yep. Let me look at it right now. Actually, what's available for me?
So what's in it for them though? Having you do this for them?
I would stream it. I would make content about it, and I'd submit it. So that way, it's like they have someone promote.
So that's how they're paying you, so to speak.
College football 26, F1 25.
Yeah, F1. I could have
Sims 2, Sims 4.
Yeah, I can pick
Dragon
up Sims
Age
right now if I wanted to.
FC 25.
Yep.
Madden.
They also in this program they also pay like for tweets and stuff. So there was one of their in-game promotions they handed out in Madden 24 near the end of it was if I made a video talking about my choices for the team of the year for Madden, they would send me $1,000. It was a 5-minute video I had to make. That's the most they've ever, and they've cut down heavily since.
What are you doing here?
Yeah. Like,
man,
why are you sitting there?
Why?
That was it. That was the big swinger. Like right now, I have a first look. Like, what can I get paid right now? I can get paid $40 for tweeting out something on Instagram and X.
Let's tweet something right now.
Tweet something right now,
and then we'll split it.
Quote retweet the Madden 26 official gameplay first look. That's posted on X and Instagram. Yeah, $40. They pay like 3 months later, but like yeah,
it's money.
Let's just tweet. Might tweet TBD.
TBD, bro.
Games good.
Okay, so they identified you as someone who streamed games. Is it Twitch?
Yeah.
But you still had to apply.
Yeah.
You had to say, "Hey, I do this," and somebody would check. Is this guy?
It
wouldn't be like Jay and I be like, "Dear EA Sports, dear Mr. EA, is your name Edgar Alfred? We play games and people watch. Send money now."
I know the guy that accepts the people, so I applied, but yeah, I knew I was getting in.
All right, so you are okay. That's interesting stuff. So now you've curtailed this activity.
Yeah, I haven't enjoyed the most previous game at least, and like I don't know, I feel like I was outgrowing.
You're burnt out.
I was burnt out, and the World Championships got shut down last year, so like, that was my main passion, and so that's gone. So like, all right,
Rip City wants to know U.S. or American money.
USD.
Oh wow, $40 American.
Yeah,
that's like $58.
Yeah, I don't even know what it would be. Yeah, more. Okay, now is the cover athlete of one of these games, because I used to play video games. I kind of don't anymore. And even when I did, I wasn't. I think the sports game I liked the most was that MLB The Show series that was out. I think it's still going. So is the cover athlete for NHL Madden a big deal to the kids in the gaming world?
Like yes, I think when you're a kid, like you really like you remember games based off covers. So like I when I was a kid, I remember being so fired up that like the Jonathan Taves got on the cover. I remember like NHL 14 is notoriously, there you go, the best game like in the modern era of NHL.
Oh, really?
And that's Martin Brodeur on the cover. Like everyone knows that. So like yeah, like I looked forward to covers when I was young, but now that like I'm at this age, like to me, I couldn't care less about who's on the cover. It's about
at this age.
Yeah, it's just about how the game.
At the advanced
plays.
age of what are you at?
22.
22.
Well, yeah. At this age, I no longer care.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered.
I mean,
it's fair.
I don't care who's on the cover. Like,
Right.
To me, I actually like. I don't want to say like. I don't want to like be LeBron who like fakes his like predictions, but like I did. Me and my friends were around a fire I think the other week, and we're like, who's gonna be on the cover this year? And I was like, it's gonna be Kachuk. I just have a weird feeling. Like it's just like he's back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, loud, in your face, like media guru guy. Like they're gonna go with something like that. Sure enough, it's him. This is the first year I'll say that I didn't know the cover like multiple weeks prior.
Because you're an EA guy?
Not necessarily because I had connections. People at EA won't like that I know that, but that's just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what... With the cover, are they not... Is a cover athlete not the superstar of the sport at that time?
It depends. Depends how you look at it. Like, you want what's best to market the game, right? There was I want to say it was FIFA that had Ronaldo on the cover for like 10 straight years or something stupid. Like that to me is ridiculous. Like so I like how they switch it up a little bit. Like I was ticked off when they gave Matthews it. Like they went
2 years apart.
Yeah, 2 years apart.
Yeah.
So I was ticked up. I'm like, come on, like spread it around.
How many times has McDavid's only been on it once?
Once.
In 2018.
Yeah, NHL 18. Yep. So I
Why
think,
not Leon?
Yeah, I know. I was kind of hoping Leon would get it, but I just they love the media guys. So like in 23, they gave it to Zegras, and then they wanted to incorporate the women's side because they were adding that to the game that year. So they got brought on Sarah Nurse as well.
Do you think Kachuk paid for this? I'm serious.
I mean,
no, I don't think.
I mean, hilarious.
Why not?
But no,
Why would he?
He got paid a boatload.
How is he on the cover?
Well, how was Vladimir Tarasenko on the cover?
He was pretty good that year.
I mean, well, I know, but
yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's
like McDavid, Subban, Matthews, Ovi, Subban, Zegras, and Nurse. That was a miss. Makar, and then it was Quinn, Jack, and Luke Hughes last year.
Well, mostly Quinn.
Mostly
Quinn was featured.
Yeah, it was the Hughes brothers.
And then do you go to Kachuk?
Well, he has been one of the best players on the two-time Stanley Cup champions, I guess. I don't know. I can't believe I'm arguing in favor of Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah.
I'm really not, everybody. I'm just throwing out an alternative perspective.
Yeah, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like,
so when's Madden must be out right away?
Madden came out. Actually, no, sorry. It's coming out in the next little bit.
Because this NHL 26 game won't come out until...
early September.
September, probably?
Yeah,
Let's double check.
Early mid-September. They haven't released the actual date, I don't think, but everyone's speculating it's going to be mid-September.
Okay.
But it's 2025.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember, Madden's out August 14th. So some people will take that day off work and just play Madden all day.
I used to take the day, I used to take 2 or 3 days off for NHL.
Well, when you're getting that EA
and would you
money.
play an entire season in 3 days?
Well, so there's a mode called Ultimate Team where you build a roster basically, and whatever, you buy packs and you get better team or whatever, and it's like most competitive mode. And I would sit there this has happened multiple years where I would day one of the game, I'd play 12 hours straight on a stream, end it, Probably play a little bit off stream, just a little bit. Next day, same thing. Like just absolutely just grind the game.
So does the gameplay noticeably change from year to year?
Everyone that casually plays says it doesn't. My argument to that is it's hockey. How is it supposed to change that much? But if like when you're like me and you play thousands of hours into a game, you notice the little stuff like heavily. So every game is much different for me, at least. Like every year I'm having to readjust and like figure out what's the best way to do this and what's the best way to do that. So it is for me, but like a lot of people would disagree with it. I think the casual players are like, that's same thing every year, blah, 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 blah. That's always the comments. It's like, yeah, they just don't play enough.
All right. Quickly, can we put up my gaming photo from the weekend?
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull
I played a game Sunday afternoon here, Jay. So if on YouTube, people will see something popping up here in a second. My buddy Aaron came over.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned this off the hop.
We played a game called Nemesis, which is basically Alien, the board game, but they don't have the Alien license. So you wake up on a spaceship and you have amnesia, and there's a dead crewmate in the room with you. And then so we played cooperatively. So we had a couple objectives, and then you have to explore the ship and find stuff. And the really cool mechanic about this game is you make noise as you move around. So you have to put noise markers in certain corridors. And if too many build up, an alien pops out and attacks you and you have to fight it. Quite fun.
Oh, wow.
First time we played it together. Nemesis.
Just looking at it here on the computer. Wow, that looks neat.
Yeah, well.
How long did that take to play?
It took us about 3 hours, but it'd been a few years since I'd played it. So
Is that your friend Aaron from Blockbuster?
Yeah, that's the former video station guy too. Well, he doesn't do either of those things now. So
I was gonna say if he's still
but
working at Blockbuster.
if we were more up to date on the rules, it was probably a couple hours. But it's fun because you can talk about your turns, and sometimes we start acting out what the characters are doing. Like we do funny voices and stuff.
Right.
Sometimes I do that. But yeah, we had to stop. And basically, I went over the basic rules, and then I said, okay, we'll just start. Like, we know how to move around the map, and then we'll look up rules as we encounter certain situations. Because there were some things in the rules that didn't happen to us in this game. Because every game would be quite different, even though... Yeah, anyway. That's well understood for GCL Diesel. We are, of course, Edmonton Sports Talk. Presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instants, and sports betting all in one place. Players can get a $50 casino bonus by depositing $20. Use the code EST Casino. You get a free $50 sports bet. Deposit $20. Use the code EST Sports. Don't forget to use your game sense. All right, here's Ben, and then we got the words of the day.
Blue Jays look to keep the wins coming as they take on the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Toronto sits at the top of the AL East and continues to battle for the top spot in the American League. Berrios gets the start for the Jays. Molina on the mound for Colorado. First pitch goes at 6:40. Here at home, the Edmonton Riverhawks are back in action for Game 2 of their 3-game set against the Victoria Harbor Cats to wrap up the regular season. First pitch is set for 7:35. Listen live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. In the CFL, Royce Metier returns to practice after missing the past few games with an injury. Mark Killam has marked him as undecided for the game on Friday. Montreal Alouettes have made 4 additions to the roster, including defensive backs Siante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Over in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. And on the ice, Cam Robinson reports Vitaly Kravtsov is returning to North America after signing a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. Kravtsov finished 6th in KHL scoring last season with 27 goals and 58 points in just 66 games. We wrap up the show with Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
the Oil Stream.
Who are the top 5 Oilers captains in franchise history?
Moose number 1.
Moose ahead of Gretz?
Yes.
Okay, who's number 2? Wayne?
It's got to be Wayne.
Where do you go from here?
Well, let's go through Bucky.
Yes. Shane Corson.
Doug Wade.
Where does McDavid stack up in all of this?
I think he's pretty high up on the list.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Dum.
If you have not done it already, click the thumbs up button on YouTube right away. Give us a like. If you've already done it, share the show link with somebody else. Say, hey, listen, these guys are going to spell words. Well, one guy's going to try before they go home. If you're watching or if you're listening through one of the audio streaming apps, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, we thank you for that. Podcasts, look for the Reid Wilkins Show, the Nielsen Show, EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gager,
the Hangout,
the Lock Shop, the Hangout, Oil Stream, 2 guys and a goalie. Look for all those on your podcast platforms. And thank you for supporting EST and help us spread the word as well. I remember how a couple months ago I was like, yeah, we're growing. It's pretty cool. And because we kind of knew we were getting a new office, right? Mm-hmm. We couldn't say it yet. So we're growing. It's pretty cool. 780-218-9999 is how you text the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Happy hour, $5.25 drinks, Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, Ben, great job today. You're filling in for what, this week and next?
Yes, sir.
For the Coop. You did a great job today. We appreciate it. You know what we're doing now? What? Have you ever seen Words of the Day?
I have seen Words of the Day.
Oh, have you ever been in the room for it?
I've never been in the room for it.
Oh, well, you're about to truly become a man, Ben.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what
Pulp
again?
Fiction was on TV. Yes, one of the channels. My dad never
again.
watched some of it.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak
Tough one to turn away from.
Then you know what I'm saying.
Very snappy dialogue. A lot of profanity, though.
Yes.
I think, did you put that together or Coop? I think Coop cut out some of the Fs.
This? Oh, Coop did
that little intro there, yeah.
All right. First word of the day. This actually came up at when we were out for supper with my parents yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
I pointed to something on the table and I said, girls, do you know what this is called? And
well, see, you're giving me hints already.
And then...
Do I lose points for this?
Mother and I both knew what it was. The first word of the day, carafe.
C-A-R-A-F-E is carafe. And this is a Well, I usually think of a wine carafe, but I think you can have, it's something that holds a liquid for serving. It doesn't have to be just wine. Does it have to be made out of glass? I don't think so.
Bottle with a flaring lip used to hold beverages and especially wine. I, for some reason, thought it had 2 Fs, but it did not.
Wilkie knows what a carafe is. Did you know what a carafe is, Ben, and how to spell it?
No clue.
Oh,
I couldn't tell. There's no way. There's no way we got in that.
You know what you could say to me, Ben?
Oh, Papa Homer, you are so learned.
Learned, son. It's pronounced learned.
All right. Can I go 4 for 4 to start the week?
I think you can. The second word of the day, egregious. Egregious.
Oh, I know.
What have I always said?
Trust my first instinct. I think it's this way. EGREGIOUS. Egregious means like extreme or massive in terms of, I usually hear it used with the word error or mistake after. The interception thrown on his own 1 yard line was an egregious error by quarterback Booger McBoogerton.
Egregious is a formal word used to describe things that are conspicuously bad.
Right. So you were there. It is used it's used with something negative. You couldn't have an egregious touchdown catch.
We need a song or a sound for when you go 4 for 4. Should it be? It could be this, but say something like you're about to take your shades off after you say it.
It looks like I just went 4 for 4.
Yes, that's it.
That's it. That's all ripping off a television show with David Caruso. Which one was that? CSI Miami?
Miami.
Yeah.
Ooh, Miami.
I think I watched that show once.
Never seen it in my life, Reid.
There was CSI. Then there was CSI Miami. Wasn't there a CSI New York?
No, there's probably a CSI Saskatoon by now.
We used to joke on Inside Sports, Kellen and I, that we were going to make CSI Vegreville.
Sure.
It's like,
who stole the pierogies?
Mrs. Korpeniuk can't find her prize pierogies. Are they hidden inside the giant egg? Looks like we have a bake-off. All right. Fun show, everybody. We're back tomorrow. Jed Roberts scheduled to join us in studio. I'm going to tease it now. For the people who have made it right to the end. Scheduled to join us, because things sometimes are subject to change with guests of this caliber. Thursday at 4 o'clock, we are scheduled to be joined by Canadian comedy legend and upcoming Fringe performer, Colin Mockery. Woo! All right. Thanks to Ben Thompson. He's the glue guy. I'm Reid. Take care.